Good evening and welcome to DR Sports, where we've got two big Champions League fixtures tonight. We've got Bayern Munich, PSG, and to my left, I've got Stuart, who's representing PSG.
Thanks for having me.
And then we have got Spurs, AC Milan, where Fuad will be joining us a little bit later on, but there seem to be some car issues, some traffic issues.
I reckon he bottled it.
Yeah, I think he knows what's coming, to be honest. So we've got Laurie instead, who is interim Spurs fan.
No. I want to make it clear that I am not supporting Spurs. In fact, I've come here specifically to hate on Spurs.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it? But we have actually got a bit of a delayed start today to the Spurs game. I believe that the AC Milan bus was a little bit delayed, so we'll be kicking off 10 minutes later than the PSG Bayern Munich game. But we will get straight into the lineups for PSG Bayern Munich because, I think we're kicking off in about 10 minutes. So, Stuart, do you want to take us through PSG's lineups tonight?
So we're playing with Donnarumma as a keeper as usual because Navas is no longer here. Three at the back, Marquinhos on the left, Ramos in the middle, and Danilo on the right. Danilo can play defense or midfield, but he's quite decent these days as a defender. So let's see how it goes. Left hand side, we have Nuno Mendes. I thought he was he was injured for tonight, but thank God he's playing. Rees, Verratti, and Vitinha in the middle. On the right hand side, we have Hakimi. And the front two is Mbappe, Messi smashing it in the absence of Neymar. The connection is amazing, so I'm glad and I'm super happy about that lineup. We had that pretty much the exact same lineup against Marseille, and we played really well. So I'm excited. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, you've had a good few fixtures recently. Was it 11 goals in 3 games recently, which is unbelievable, and none other than Messi and Mbappe both being on the score sheet for all 3 of those fixtures. So are we expecting the same from them tonight?
Well, I hope so. I think the key player for tonight will be Kylian, 100%. We can definitely say that we are kind of dependent on him this season. When he turns up, he completely changes the game. It's been said that Bayern Munich will pay special attention to him tonight because they know that if they cancel him, it will be a bit more complicated for us, which is true in my opinion. But don't forget the others. I think Nuno Mendes can actually score and has an amazing pace. If Hakimi is in a good day as well, it can make the difference. So again, it's not only about Mbappe. I think Mbappe will be the key player tonight, though.
Yeah, I mean, he did come in late on the last game. I think he was injured, wasn't he? So they were bringing him back, brought him a little bit late into the game. And I think he did change the pace, but he didn't manage to actually get those goals. Well, there was a couple, but they were offside, and he didn't kind of manage.
As soon as he turned up, the last 10 or 15 minutes of the game looked completely different.
Yeah.
He was not supposed to play, by the way, but because we were struggling, he insisted on playing and helping the team. But I think tonight is also he became the club's top scorer, best goal scorer ever. Cavani was the previous one, so he's in a good run. To be fair, he's on a mission tonight. Trust me, he's on a mission. Yeah.
And just before we move on to the Bayern Munich lineup, just a side note on Neymar obviously not being in the team. How
until
do you feel
the end
about
of the
that?
season, actually, until the end of the season, and probably Kimpembe as well.
Because I mean, we've seen him now a couple of games.
I'm gonna get rusted again, but as I said earlier, I think we play. It's not only down to Neymar, it's just the 3 of them that they don't work. Does not work. We need just 2 of them, and as soon as Neymar stopped playing for us, the connection between Messi and Mbappe was amazing. I think he can be useful as a super sub. So it's a shame that he's not going to play until the rest of the season. But no, I think now we're going to struggle to get rid of him because he's injured. That's the problem. So how are we going to sell him now? So that's the question.
A difficult one. Right, moving on to the Bayern Munich lineup.
I must say, before I start, it sounds weird to hear someone describe Neymar as a super sub.
Yeah. And also struggle to get rid of him. Words that you never thought you would really
He's
hear.
Fragile, Laurie. He's fragile in slowing down the game a lot. Too many touches, and sometimes it's overcomplicating things. It's really frustrating, to be fair.
But you know what? I'm pretty sure that the Bayern guys, the manager, will be glad that he's not involved tonight.
Because tonight is the type of game. If Neymar decides to turn up, then it's a completely different game. I agree.
Okay, so Bayern, for this game, they're at home. They're going with a 4-2-3-1. They've got Sommer in goal, Swiss international. a back four of Stanisic, Upamecano, Delight, and did I say that right? Delight.
Yeah.
Alphonse Davies. In the middle of the park there, got Goretzka, Kimmich. Further up front, you got Coman, Muller, and Masala, who I'm very excited to see play tonight, and Choupo-Moting. And those of us over here will remember him because he played for Stoke.
And he played for PSG as
yes,
well.
He did,
and he helped us a lot, actually.
And he played for Cameroon in the World Cup.
Exactly. And he's quite a decent striker, to be fair. Great career. Stoke, PSG.
Listen, if you can do it on a cold Tuesday night at Stoke,
exactly.
you can do it.
I think so.
You can do it. Stuart, who would you say, looking at that lineup, who is most of a threat to you?
We're always getting bullied by our ex-players. It's a curse that we have. A previous game, Kingsley Coman, former PSG player and PSG player from the academy, actually scored one. He scored one during the Champions League final as well.
Yeah.
So I'm paying a lot of attention to Kingsley Coman again. Upamecano, but Upamecano on set pieces is decent, but Choupo-Moting, to be fair, Choupo-Moting is just that the curse we have around our ex-players, and I'm scared that it's going to happen again tonight. And I'm actually glad that Sadio Mane is not playing. I thought he was playing tonight.
I was just about to say, where is Mane from that? Is he still injured? Because I know that he's been coming back from injury, but I thought he would be. Was he on the bench?
And he trained this week as well with the team, so I thought he will be playing tonight.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll see if he's listed.
Was he on that bench there?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's on the bench. So we might see Mane.
That's the thing. So I'm scared of him.
Actually, that bench is quite strong.
It is.
Can you read us the bench again?
Yeah, sure. We've got the likes of Serge Gnabry, Sane, remember him?
Yeah.
Sadio Mane, Cancelo, Blind, Ulrich, Graven, and Masraoui, is it? He's a defender. So there's some very good players in that.
Mane and Sane, both. What names on the bench, eh? I think they're both players that are going to be having to watch out for tonight, to be honest, because they've both had quite a lot of goals and assists in this Champions League campaign so far. I think it's played Sane. It's played in 5, played in 6, scored in 5 with 2 assists. And for Mane, played in 6, and he's got a couple of goals in there as well.
But as you said, Laurie, the wonder kid Musiala.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him play, man. I mean, I saw him in the World Cup for Germany.
He's quality.
He looked very good, and by all accounts, he's doing really well this season for Bayern. So he's definitely one to watch for.
Right.
But you know what I would say though, and I'm being serious now. There's so much talent on display tonight. This cannot help but be a good game. No disrespect to the other game, but to me, this is the
bigger one. One of these teams going out is huge.
Massive.
100%.
We've actually got a comment here. I'm a Wolves fan, and remember Vitinha playing for us on loan. A lot of our fans weren't too bothered when we didn't sign him, and now he's a top player for PSG.
Top player is a big thing to say. Yeah.
Is he showing him too much respect there?
He had a good start with us. For the past few games, it's been a little bit average, but he's a quality midfielder. Reminds me a little bit of the style of play. Reminds me a little bit of the Verratti style of play. But he's a quality midfielder, 100%. Yeah, good signing. Right.
In terms of score predictions, we're only a few minutes till kick-off. What are we both saying?
You know what? I'm a fan of PSG, but I'm looking at that lineup.
Can you say that again? Do you have this on camera, yeah? Say that again. Clip it. Repost it.
I can say that, yeah.
It's not like he's an actual... It's not like he's a Bayern Munich fan.
No, I've actually spoken to Stuart before about going over to Paris to watch PSG. So, I do like PSG. I wouldn't say they're a second team, but I do kind of look out for their results.
Appreciate that.
However, I'm looking at that Bayern side. They look strong. They're at home.
Solid.
Champions League, big night.
Experience.
I'm going for Bayern tonight.
Yeah? Okay.
Close, hard-fought affair, but 2-1.
I think I'm going to have to agree. I'm also going Bayern tonight. I do think you'll get a couple of goals, but I'm going to just because I said you win now, I'm going to have to go 3-2 because I think you're going to get a couple of goals in there as well.
So we are the underdogs. It's cool. We're not the favourites. We usually play better when we're not the favourites, right?
That's crazy.
So it's fine. It's just 1-0. The away goal rule is not applicable anymore as well, which is very good. And you shouldn't say that. Look at what happened to Chelsea yesterday, and you're a Chelsea fan.
Yeah. What a game.
Yeah, how did they
What a game.
If you guys did it yesterday...
I don't know where that came from, but I'm not complaining at all.
So you did it yesterday. Why can't we do this tonight?
No, but we weren't the underdogs really. We are Chelsea still at the end of the day.
But you lost the first leg, 1-0.
Yeah, we did.
Like we lost the first leg 1-0.
Yeah.
But you played home.
But exactly, that's what I was going to say. We've then brought it back to Stamford Bridge.
That is a massive difference.
It's different. You're playing
Was
away
that
now
Chelsea,
and the underdogs.
Because of Potter or in spite of?
I'm a Potter fan.
Oh, are you?
So
Okay,
I'm not
right.
going to say anything against him in that
you have
respect.
been loyal.
I'm going to be loyal to Potter. Yeah, I think it was what we deserved. We played so well that first half. Incredibly well. We deserved it. We had the chances, and then I mean, luck did go our way in terms of that.
It's interesting what you say about Graham Potter, though, because I'm going to be honest and say you are the first, and I know a few Chelsea fans. You're probably the only one that I know that's a Chelsea fan that wants to stick with him. The rest of them want him gone, including Matisse. So,
but the Chelsea fans are really impatient as well.
That's the thing.
That's the problem.
You're
That's
speaking
the
to a
problem.
load of Chelsea fans that the majority of them, that we are just used to winning.
Yes, yeah.
And I think, I actually don't necessarily think this is an awful thing because we've had so much happen to us. And maybe we did just need to, you've got to go down sometimes to
Humble
the rock
yourself.
bottom, humble ourselves, and then climb back up again. And it's going to taste so much sweeter when we do start performing. Like last night,
if you go.
usually like last night we'd be like, expected kind of win at home. But instead, I'm thankful.
I did hear it was a very
thrilled
good
about
performance.
it. It was.
I'm
a good
pleased for Sterling now,
performance.
actually, because I do like Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, I like him as well.
Yeah, and pleased for Kai as well because he put in a proper performance
heard he
yesterday, and
played well.
my heart sank for him when that first penalty didn't go in. And obviously we were slightly lucky with it then.
Come on.
A little reboot, but
Come on, let's
yeah.
go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Come on.
Bayern in red, PSG in white.
Oh, the pressure already.
It's got to be a strong
Why
side.
didn't they wear their blue shirts today?
That's the home kit. That one?
Yeah.
It's the home kit. So when we play away, we usually play in white.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah.
But you could still have played in.
Yeah,
your,
you could still.
It's
Yeah.
not a colour clash, is it?
Yeah,
I prefer to
that's
see you in
not-
your traditional colours, man.
Would you reckon? Do you reckon if your team
Yeah.
was playing away, you would rather see them in their home kit?
As long as it's not colour clash, obviously. But
I don't
yeah,
know. I feel like there's something
interesting.
against that. I feel like it's like a bad omen or something.
yeah. Oh,
Do
really?
you know what? It's not even the away kit. It's the third one, to be fair. But
What is your away kit?
it's
Is
the
your
grey
red?
Jordan one.
Too much red in it.
Yeah, it's horrible, to be fair. I don't like it. This should be our away kit normally. Traditionally,
These days,
they change the
top
colours.
teams as well, man. I mean, Arsenal, we got about 3 or 4 kits, training tops, and
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but you kids are good, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
you have one of the best kits in the Premier League. I like the. Do you know what? I prefer Adidas for kits than Nike. To be fair,
Yeah.
what they
I've got the,
re-released
I love the
recently as
black
well.
one.
Yeah, it's really
Black
good.
one, I've got that.
Always.
Actually, I remember when I went to get that black shirt at the shop, the queue,
Hmm.
seriously, it was incredible.
At the shop, as if
Yeah.
that was like a surprise.
At the Arsenal shop.
Where,
yeah, it was
where I
like-
got it.
Yeah.
So, Stuart, in terms of tonight and PSG in general, obviously, yeah, it's been a little bit rocky. They've had a good last few fixtures. What would a loss tonight mean for Gautier, though?
I think if we are go on. Sorry, quicker.
Go on.
this is good.
Go on,
Pass.
Come on, Kylian. Boom.
Mbappe.
No, the angle.
No.
I think
Okay,
you should have squared that. you
That
know?
means there's
Yeah.
space. There's space.
I think you should have.
He's
squared
already
that,
on it,
don't you
though,
think?
isn't he?
Yeah, that's fine. You hard on him. Come on, first touch of the game, first chance.
Mind
He's
you,
bringing
never-
the
he's
energy
never
in
gonna
early
square that, is he,
doors.
really?
So to answer your
Oh,
question, I think if we are kicked out tonight, I think the owners will are looking to get rid of the gaffer. To
Yeah.
be fair,
Do you think
they
this
are
tonight
as
is
impatient as the Chelsea owners,
Yeah.
and that's what we are complaining about. Patience, give him some time, and to be
Yeah, but
fair,
that's the thing. You are still top of
the league.
the league.
Yeah, but
So-
the owners are not investing that much money to be top of the French league, and I think they want to do great in the Champions League. So
Yeah.
it's okay. The expectations are not domestic expectations, I'd say.
Yeah. So going
Even
out
if
tonight,
oh my
do you
days,
think
He's got
that
pace,
would
right?
be it?
Davis, the pace,
He's
man.
got serious pace.
God.
It's
Go on
interesting
him. Well
'cause
done.
It is. It's end to
Clear
end
it.
so far.
Oh my! So why is not marking him, Hakimi? What the... Ooh, panic.
A bit of a controversial one, but in terms of what is going on with Hakimi at the moment, do you think that he should be playing right now?
I don't know. I'm a former lawyer, so
Really?
I know.
you're best
I
placed to
work in
answer.
legal. Yeah, I mean,
Oh my
I
God.
work as
Okay.
a
Well,
in-house
even more
legal,
interested in what you
legal
have to say
counsel. So I know the French jurisdictions are investigating what's happening at the moment. I can return the question to the Man United fans and Greenwood. It's the same type of problem. Now he's been cleared from the charges. Should you accept him back in the team? I don't know. It's not down to me. The owner said they're backing up Hakimi until the investigation is done. If we don't have him, I don't know to play. I don't know who we're going to play, but I'm sure the justice will do his work. But until then, I think we just need to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that is the thing. No one really knows, do they? So taking someone's
Good,
career
good.
and future
Well,
away from him.
you're presumed innocent until found guilty. So.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. But yeah,
Exactly. But I wonder how what is going on off the pitch is affecting him,
His mental state.
his mental state and his performance.
100%.
Do you think that will have an impact on him and how he
The
plays?
off the pitch stories we keep having at PSG.
Like you just
not
said,
only
you're,
him,
you're the
but-
Love Island of football.
Exactly. Such a drama club. It's crazy. It's so annoying. And obviously it has an impact on the players on the pitch. But yeah, I guess we're used to it now, unfortunately. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I was surprised when I heard about the Hakimi case. He looks like a serious guy, but you never know.
You
Let's
know
see
what's
how it goes.
amazing though, Stuart? Since we started, I've not heard you
Right.
mention Messi's name once yet.
Yeah.
Which seems amazing, really.
No,
serious?
I did mention. I did mention the connection between Mbappe and Messi,
and
which
Messi.
which is amazing
you
at the
did,
moment
you
since
did.
Neymar is not playing. The assist is having and the impact Messi has now is comparing with when Neymar was on the pitch with Mbappe is completely different.
Because I
Messi
did wonder
is now, he's doing
post-World
great.
Cup, I did wonder post World Cup how he would. I mean, I'm not doubting his professionalism, but I was just thinking the highs he hit with Argentina.
And I
winning
did the
World
keep
Cup.
bench sell thing with your. I said to you with
Yeah.
your brother, and I said we need to sell Messi, and I got roasted. They said why?
I would
I s-
roast you if you said
we
that.
need to sell Messi because he's almost about to retire. He has nothing to prove anymore. He has finished the game.
And yet,
Especially
he's
after
still,
he won the World Cup. He's a legend. Like, and it's the same as type of profile we have like Sergio Ramos. Why are you recruiting this type of player? Like he's pretty much won everything.
but-
so
No,
you're
I
having
get,
him.
I get where you've.
It's going to bring some experience, maybe in the dressing room. I don't know, but
But no, looking at the last 3 fixtures alone, do you not think that was a,
oh yeah,
a silly
definitely.
thing to have
Yeah,
said?
without
'Cause he's-
Neymar, yeah, you can tell the difference.
No, but I mean,
No, he's still a quality player. That's not what I'm saying. Obviously, he has an impact. But what I'm trying to say is that we need to build on the youngsters and the future. And Messi is the past. Messi is the past.
But he's not. He's still proving himself. That's exactly what I'm
Did
trying
look
to
the
say.
past
But he's
to
still
me in the
delivering
World
now
Cup.
with he's still delivering
It
now
does
with,
not.
with
That to me
Mbappe.
in the
If
World
that's
Cup.
the past, blimey.
Do you know
Just
what?
seeing
At the end of the
Tottenham
day,
getting ready to come out.
Here we go.
it's the
Harry
end of.
Kane. I wish Fuad was here so we could grill him on
where is he?
the absolute upset that was Tottenham losing to Sheffield United the other day, and then a defeat to Wolves.
Some would say it's
I
not that
mean-
much of an upset.
You wouldn't say. You wouldn't
Nice.
say.
Calm.
No. Well, you're meant to be interim Spurs fan right now, so if you could just play the part, that would be great. But no, it is crazy. I wonder what Spurs team is actually going to come out tonight, because losing to Wolves, losing to Sheffield United,
Yeah,
but,
that's a foul.
but their home
on.
form has been on. Their home form's been great. I mean, beating Chelsea, beating City. So I wonder what they're going to bring out tonight. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, on their days, Spurs can be quite a formidable outfit, but they don't seem to be having too many of those days at the moment.
No,
But hey, we'll see what happens tonight.
we'll see what happens. I need to have a look at their lineup as well before they kick off at some point.
But they're not competing for a title in the Premier League. They are of the 2 cups now. So the Champions League is the only trophy remaining. So if they don't want a trophy last season, then they need to win.
No,
Go
absolutely.
on.
This is huge for them. Absolutely huge. You know, for those players that are in Spurs that have gone to Spurs specifically to play Champions League football, you know, going out of this now will be absolutely gutting.
I think it was
them.
Son who described this game as the most important game of their season so far.
Yeah,
so,
well,
so
definitely.
Do you reckon if they're getting kicked out, they're going to get rid of Antonio Conte?
I think he's gone regardless.
It's an interesting, and I would love to get Fuad's thoughts on this, whether he's Conte in still, but yeah, I don't think he necessarily has been the man for the job that they thought he was going to be. Would you say that he is what they needed?
Initially, when he came to Tottenham, I did think that he would be a force for good. However, I've been underwhelmed, put it that way, since he's taken over at Tottenham. Yeah. The style of football has not been great at all. They've not been consistent. As I said earlier, on their day, they are a pretty formidable side. However, they don't have many of those days, to be honest. I know they're fourth, but they are flattering to deceive in fourth. I do think Liverpool capturing for that space.
So flattering.
And it would appear that all is not happy there. Conte often
he's under a lot of pressure, I think.
That he's not enjoying himself at Tottenham. Yeah. And I think that comes over, and I think it transmits to the players as well. So,
well, the owner is a ruthless owner. The expectations are quite high as well. So I don't know if they're still in the process to onboard new owners as well. I heard that they were linked to Qatar or something like that. Like Manu is linked with Qatar as well. I don't know if it's still up to date, but yeah.
It's an interesting one with Conte, to be honest, because they are, given how they're playing and how inconsistent it is, and it's not sexy football in the slightest. Like I was saying that before the World Cup, and everyone was going, "Oh, but no, but Conte's got a plan." And if this was true, it would have been amazing. And everyone was basically, yeah, it's a bit rubbish at the moment. He's still getting the points after the World Cup. That's when he really, really wants to get going. Basically, he's kind of keeping a bit calmer this side of it, and then everyone's like, well, if that's the case, and they've already got the points now, imagine where they're going to be in the second half of the season, as it was, and it's just not happened. It's just not. But they're still in the top four.
Go on, Kylian, do him.
Somehow they're still
well done. Right, quicker. Cross it now. Well, terrible cross.
That
looked more like a shot to me.
Hakimi.
Yeah, I think with Spurs as well, one thing I would say, Conte is a good manager. There's no doubt about that. He's one of the top managers in Europe. However, the balance with him and Tottenham just doesn't seem right. And what I would say as well, the style of football's not been great. And what you tend to find is, with football fans, is if the style of football is not great and you're getting results, the fans will stay with it for as long as the results are good. As soon as the results drop off, the fans will let their feelings known, and that's what's happening with Tottenham. Interesting.
Go on, Nuno. Go on.
I just don't think I hear as much, Conte out as I do other clubs like Potter out at the moment. So that's why I was, not entirely sure.
I think they are really nostalgic of Pochettino as well. I think they do really want Pochettino back.
Yeah,
they really like
a few
Pochettino.
of them I know have said that, but I mean, there's an old saying, they never come back. I mean, if they want to take him back,
you say that, and then you get Mourinho, who's definitely coming in for round 3 at Chelsea.
You think so, yeah?
No,
Would you
I don't.
Safe.
I think
Potter was to lose his job next week. And, somehow, some way, Mourinho was available. Would you take him?
I mean, I'm not going to say no, am I? But this is the same thing. I just don't think you should go back to your ex. Do you know what I mean? It didn't last for a reason.
I heard you wanted Thomas Tuchel back as well.
Okay, I would take Tuchel back. But that's because he should never have been sacked in the first place.
Surprised
that was an accident. That's like when your ex goes on holiday for a little bit and you're like, let's just take a break in this.
that Tuchel sacking.
Take a little break.
It was surprising, isn't it?
I think he must have fallen out with some of the board members or senior people.
I think it's exactly that. I think the new ownership just changed everything, and it was very much like what they wanted, and they clearly, I think from the start they didn't really get on with Tuchel, but then I'm like, why did you give him all that money to spend on players that he wanted and then kick him out? Just didn't really make any sense to me, but
not at all.
But there you go.
Oh,
Things
that's a
happen.
great pass. Go on. Play
whoa.
on. What happened?
They will always
did
give
happen?
that to the
Oh, come on.
keeper. 9 times out of 10, the referee's going to give the keeper the
See?
benefit of the doubt.
Kylian is getting a lot of chances. They said they will take care of him tonight, but sounds like no. It happened in the World Cup final as well. They said if we cancel Kylian, then nothing's gonna happen. And they tried to cancel him, and he scored 3. So I hate when Donnarumma is.
PSG have made a good start.
I was going to say.
They've had
a
Possession
wise, they've been in the box, haven't they?
Possession-wise, not too bad, but
They've had a couple of chances.
it's a bit even, yeah.
We've got a couple of comments here. One of them, Tottenham will win the Champions League this year. Mark my words. I
Rory,
mean,
what was that laugh?
I'm not sure about that at all.
Wow, come on.
At all.
I doubt if that's going to happen.
Who's your money on winning it?
I think it could be the winner of these two.
On paper, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
But
okay.
at the
Man
end,
City?
it's always Real Madrid winning it,
Could be
isn't
Man
it?
City as well.
I think, you'd be stupid to write Man City out, but
But
Actually,
look-
I wouldn't
no,
mind seeing
no.
Man City win it, especially if it means that they take their eye off the Premier League, then we can,
Yeah, that's good for you, huh?
I already think you have.
You think so, yeah?
Yeah,
I think so too.
but I said this months ago, and I know it's
really?
way too early to call it months ago, but just the way you guys are playing, the unity in your team, I genuinely think there's so much to be said for how a team plays together, not just the specific.
No, I agree. I've
players.
been one of those fans. I've been saying it for a while now. Some people
Yeah,
are saying
well
I'm
done,
being
Marco, well
overconfident
done.
and all
No,
the rest of
it
But
is.
it's just a feeling I have.
Yeah, and it's
Been
like you
watching
look
the
at
club for many years,
you look
and
at
I've never
City,
seen it like this.
and you can pull out a few
That's a
players
foul.
where you're like, oh, they're
That's a
unbelievable.
foul.
unbelievable. When I asked
Oh,
someone
come on, ref.
who
that's
at
a foul.
Arsenal is standing out, it's it's so many of them.
Yeah, the
And you
belief is
just see
definitely
the
there.
way they are together. They are genuinely, like family.
And you look at some
Not
of the
deep
results
there.
we've been getting. A couple of weeks ago, Villa, it looked like that was, to all intents and purposes, going to be a draw.
I was at that game actually.
Oh, was it? Right.
Yeah.
And then, crazy.
That
wasn't
was
it? Yeah.
crazy. That was
and then
crazy.
again, at the weekend against Bournemouth, you think
Crazy.
we're going to drop points.
Yeah.
And then literally
almost
the last
like
kick
it-
of the game.
It's
But
not. It's
they
almost like
are
it
a
was
bit
scripted
risky,
or something. Like
coming from behind.
Well, did you say lucky? You
scripted.
didn't say
I said scripted.
Okay, yeah. Because when people say lucky, I
No,
have to
not
take,
lucky.
I have to
Yeah.
take
Did
issue
you
with
just
that.
say?
I have to take issue with that when people say it's lucky. I mean, in that game, we had over 30 shots on goal, 86% possession.
That is a screamer as
We hit
well.
the
What a
bar, we hit
goal!
the post. We went close several times.
No,
Yeah.
proper goal.
And that last instruction of Reece Nelson,
Yeah, that's
Arteta
nothing
knows
lucky
what he's
about
doing,
that.
doesn't it? Oh,
That's a good shot.
shot on target there from Bayern. God.
It's been quite an end-to-end game, the Bayern.
Yeah, it has, isn't it? Every time I look up, it's
Yeah.
at the other side. Got a lot
It's a
of,
high
where's
pressure
Fuad
then.
in the comments here? Please, AC Milan knock out Spurs tonight. from a gunner,
Yeah, I'm sure.
obviously. It's got to be.
I think there's Giroud playing as well.
Yeah,
think
he is.
Yeah.
He
Why,
is.
right now, yeah. Oh, too strong. Way too strong.
Giroud is like a fine wine, though, isn't he?
He
He
is,
just seems to get better and better with age. Like he's class. Their lineup in general is just. I think
Crazy.
there's some pretty special players on that pitch.
And he was at Chelsea.
He was.
What did you think of him when he was at Chelsea?
I thought he's great. I think he's great everywhere he goes. So, but I do believe he does get better and better, and how he's performed while he's been at AC Milan. I think.
Oh, look, this is promising.
Did you like Laurie when he'd
Right.
signed for Chelsea and I think he said something in the bus or did something with his shirt, took it out and it was a Chelsea
Oh, yeah. I
Chelsea
remember
shirt
that. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
that?
underneath or something. I remember Giroud did something like this.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Oh,
But I think most of the Arsenal fans, they have a respect for Giroud. I
Yeah.
don't think if he comes back to Arsenal, he gets.
No, well
booed.
done.
Actually, interesting, Laurie. Someone just said in the comments,
Corner kick.
yes, lucky. The ref should have ended the game, but he let the corner play. Is he
Listen,
an
man,
Arsenal
okay,
fan?
well, if you want to go down that road, let's talk about Bournemouth's first goal, which should have been disallowed. Because there was a
Why?
couple of, the goal they scored after 9.11
Yeah, 9 seconds. Yeah, billing.
If you look at that again, when the kick-off is taken, a couple of the Bournemouth players are actually encroaching in the Arsenal's half, and that's forbidden. That goal, as good as it was, and I'm
Yeah.
going to give him credit, it's a great training ground move, but that goal should not have stood. And
Fair. I actually didn't know that,
Yeah,
but I would
yeah.
agree with that. Given the retake of the penalty that we were awarded last night, encroaching in the area before
Yeah, lucky as well.
The thing, you do need to stick to the same rules.
These referees have got to start applying the rules, man. And why wasn't that not picked up at Stockley Park, VAR? They're supposed to check all these things, you know? Yeah. So when people want to throw that word luck around, what about that? Listen, man, Arsenal, you saw the game. Bournemouth did well. I'm not going to lie. They defended well. They got the goals. But come on now, Arsenal, like I said, 86% possession for a Premier League game. Come on now. 30-odd shots on goal.
Alphonso Davies,
I think also just Arsenal in general, like the XG that they've been bringing clubs down to, it just says it all, doesn't it?
There you go.
Oh, go on.
Like when other clubs just cannot get...
Messi, go on.
Oh.
Go on. Follow up.
Oh, and
Well done.
Go on.
Oh, you pushed it too much, Kylian.
That was a tight angle.
I see he switched wings now.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. That's why I was really confused. You Mbappe? I was like, is it?
That is a strong first touch from Messi.
That's something that they do quite often with him because he's so quick and so good.
It's everywhere.
With a 5 foot, you can put him on either wing.
What is he checking? Foul? No, nothing.
Yeah, this is a I feel a really, really big game, the Spurs game for Kane as well.
Yes.
I mean, you know, he's put in time and performance after performance at Spurs and not got anything back for it in terms of trophies. So for him, and I'm taking away who I support here, for him, I would just love him to win a trophy.
Really?
At Spurs.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, no, I would. I'm such a...
he is a good player. He's a very good player.
But are you not singing something around...
But
Harry Kane is one of our own, or something like that, like, because he was pictured with an Arsenal kit. It's from the Arsenal Academy or something like that, no?
Yeah,
was it?
Yeah, he was.
I didn't know that.
That is actually true.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't go Arsenal to Tottenham. Never.
Wow, you don't know how many players did PSG to Marseille. It's really common, to be fair, unfortunately. Go to the enemy club.
Do you think Kane, we've got Bloom Master here, do you think Kane will leave in the summer?
Yes.
Do you?
100%. It'd be silly not to.
He should.
Yeah, to me.
I think he should.
I mean, listen, he will do what he's going to do. But if he doesn't leave now, then it's blind loyalty, foolish loyalty. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we've discussed how good a player he is.
Yeah.
A guy of his ability deserves to be winning trophies at the top level. And let's be honest,
that's a foul.
chances of him doing so at Spurs are becoming increasingly unlikely. So,
where do you think he will go? Have got a couple of people in the comments. One, Kane to United, Kane to Bayern.
I think
he should stay in England. He should stay in the Premier League, to be fair. Probably Arsenal. That would be a massive move, mate. Imagine.
He would never tarnishing his Spurs
he already did
legacy.
Arsenal to Spurs. Now we can do Spurs to Arsenal.
That's very different when you're that young, though, isn't it? No, that would genuinely ruin everything. He would never do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not going to do that.
There's blind loyalty staying at the club, and then there's the opposite end going to bloody Arsenal. Yeah. Would you want him?
Would you take him?
Because I'm not sure whether we'd get the best out of him because of the sheer controversy.
Are you saying that he's towards the end of his career?
And that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is. Actually, we don't want you anymore.
I'm just saying
good to see you,
man. What time did you call this?
What's going on?
No, I'd said to them, I thought you'd bottled it.
It was crazy London traffic.
Do you know what, though? You can't say this because I was in the same London traffic as you. And do you know who got a speeding ticket on her way here?
Oh, nightmare.
Because of the weather, isn't it?
Oh, look, it's kicking off.
Yeah, I know. Because he smashed Messi, mate. Goretzka. No, that was a nasty one as well.
Sorry, I'm actually sitting on my. Do you know what? I'm sitting on my feet. I'm wearing slippers. I've got my slippers on.
I thought you'd bottled it, mate.
No, man. Listen. Oh my God.
Fuad doesn't want to show up.
I got on. I tried to get on the Piccadilly line. Train cancelled. Try to get overground. Train cancelled.
Wow.
Then I got an Uber. I was like, yeah, you know, you see the film Collateral? I was like, get me there at least before half time. I was like, oh. Nightmare trying to get here, honestly.
Well, your game started.
You know, I just said I got a ticket, and I actually think it's full-on karma because I was making a joke yesterday or whatever, about the fact that finally, Chelsea have more points than my driving licence.
Go on, pressure.
They don't now. I've just won up to us again.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, raging.
That is nuts.
Yeah, I was actually so fuming.
What was it? 50 in the 20?
It was 23 and a 20. Grow up. What are you flashing at me
It's
for?
one of them ones that it's a little bit, you know what I mean?
Outrageous.
How's the game's been so far?
It's a bright start for the PSG Bayern game, or Bayern PSG.
Yeah, very end to end over here. By me.
Your game.
And then this one's just kicked off, hasn't it? I was trying to keep one eye on it.
Your game,
just been
as to
speaking
be
about Kaz.
expected, is not the most entertaining. But,
Listen, man, this is a must-win for us, man. Getting embarrassed in the FA Cup midweek last week. Wolves dumping on us in the second half on the weekend as well. Like, we actually have to, at least, in my opinion, today, put on a performance of character. Can't be going out with just a whimper, in my opinion,
That makes
especially
sense.
after 2 losses like that.
Attitude, yeah.
Like, for me, tonight is about attitude. And listen, I'm not saying we're a team that even deserves to be in the quarterfinals. So if we go out tonight, fair enough. But at least go out with some, do you know what I mean? Some cojones, as some would say.
No, we've
well,
literally
Son's
just been
described
saying
this game as the biggest game of the season so far. Would you agree?
100%. And I would have possibly said the Sheffield one last week, but we saw how that turned out. But first leg, I thought it was kind of a 50-50 game. Both teams it was essentially the best of the worst because both teams were making so many mistakes. But Milan just took that one goal.
Try.
Here we go.
Boom.
Oh, Messi.
Oh,
Again! Again!
Oh, my
Nick it!
God.
That is
Jan
so
Sommer.
frustrating, man.
Should he have scored that?
They
high
heavy-handed on
visibility?
him. No. They
No?
well, no.
You're giving him the
It was
benefit of
just-
the
yeah,
doubt.
it was congested in the area. Probably
Yeah,
a bit
but
like
a guy
London
of
traffic, am
visibility,
I right?
you would
So
expect him
frustrating,
to.
man. Come on.
Oh, look, Bayern are on
Counter
this side,
attack now.
We've just been speaking about
Oh!
Kane as well.
Yeah.
Done.
What you
About
guys been
obviously
saying?
how big like this. Yeah, no.
Oh, look.
This is-
We've been being nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just talking about obviously how much he's done for Spurs, but is he going to stay? Will he leave this summer?
I think this will be kind of... He will try and leave in the summer. The problem is I don't think Daniel Levy is going to want to let him leave, to be fair. I think Daniel Levy will happily let him run down his contract and say, look, we'll have next year as your kind of farewell year, if you like. But I don't think Kane is going to sign a new deal. You look at the situation where, from the board level, they've hired a bunch of managers over the last couple of years. So essentially, Kane's had to buy into all these projects.
How old is he now?
He's 29, turning 30 soon. So he's bought into all these projects, whether it's Conte, whether it's Jose, whether it's Pochettino, and none of them have led him anywhere.
That's it. I think
Then
he really did stay based on as well at the moment on the fact that Conte is
was
there
kind of that.
and that's not delivered in the way that
Yeah.
a lot of everyone expects it
No,
to be
no,
honest.
and it's a case of now, does he wait for another manager to kind of come in and listen to his project? Because then you look at it at a squad level as well. That's still a squad that needs, for me, a lot of transition, a lot of changes. You still need to go through changing Lloris. You still need to sign a lot of centre-backs, creative midfielder. You still need to address the wing-back position. For me, there's so many issues still there. I don't know whether Kane is kind of committed to another project. Or whether someone like United could come to him and say, look, we've made some progress under Ten Hag. We could deliver
You
you something,
mentioned
almost do
United.
like the Van Persie thing.
I think Ten Hag could give him 7 reasons why.
100%. I said for me.
That's a nasty
Listen, that's a low blow. That's a low blow. It's a low blow.
Man,
But no,
ruthless.
I think I look at all the kind of options he has as well, and I think United seems like the only realistic option. I can't see him going Arsenal or Chelsea
Oh,
realistically.
definitely.
No. We
I
just
think
that would
City-
ruin his legacy.
City is one where I'm like, I know they have Haaland, but what if they just said, we'll take both? We'll have Kane dropping deep, picking up all the spaces and everything. Bernardo, go on, you can leave in the summer. We still got KDB, we still got
I
Foden.
don't
So
actually
you
think
play-
it'd be a bad
play
shout
both of
from
them
City
in
as well.
front.
I don't know, mate. I'm just saying, could that be a possibility
But
where
Haaland-
But they
City's
both
come in
playing
again?
as a proper number 9, you know, so one of those two will have to be benched.
You know, Pep
Yeah,
loves to
but-
try new systems, man.
That's very
You
true.
know Pep loves to try new systems. So for me, I think United seems like the kind of only viable option, if I'm honest, if he was going to go somewhere this summer. But City's one where I kind of think, if they really wanted to say, you
I
know
think
what,
him and
What about
KDB
Newcastle?
would be a great little link up as well,
What about
wouldn't it?
Newcastle?
Newcastle with the new owners, the new project, the
that's
money.
another one where it's a long-term project. That's
Yeah.
the thing. I think Kane, if he left Spurs, he would
Something
want
quick.
success the next year or 2 years. Let me just clear my goal-scoring record, and I'm good. But
I think personally, he'd be mad to stay at Spurs. And listen, I'm trying not to throw shade on Spurs, But seriously,
you will.
But I will.
Trying so hard.
No, but seriously, I think it'd be crazy to stay.
Crazy to tackle that.
No one can accuse him of, not being loyal and not being a loyal servant to Tottenham. And he's been their best player for
I've said we're arguably the best academy graduate we've ever produced, and in my honest opinion, I don't think we'll ever produce another one like that. Can you honestly say Spurs will produce another candidate for the Premier League?
He's from the Spurs academy.
Yeah.
I thought we discussed this earlier. I thought it was from the
As a
Arsenal
kid, he was
academy.
Arsenal, very
Listen,
early.
these men try to take credit for everything. Yeah, listen, those are, you know when you go on.
No,
your
there's that
laptop,
famous picture with him in the Arsenal
delete
shirt.
history. We deleted them history years, brother. We don't remember that.
I meant the Wikipedia
They keep
article.
trying to bring back that invincible picture. Nah, that's deleted from the memory.
No, I think he's done all he's going to do at Spurs. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
he's
and
been a
listen,
fabulous player for them. Even I can admit that.
I would have loved it if that's why I said for me the FA Cup was so important this year, and which was why I was so disappointed we went out to Sheffield, because for me it was like, let us at least give him something so we can say he's won something with the club.
Why do you think Conte didn't play him then in that game?
For me, I cannot explain it. It's
I
one of
think
those
Conte's even
decisions
come
where
out and said it
literally
was a bad decision, hasn't it?
was an awful
And
decision.
Harry Kane must be seething.
100%, and you got to think of it. It's a cup opportunity. You look at it. Spurs haven't gone past the FA Cup fifth round over the last 4 years now, going out to Middlesbrough, Norwich, Palace, Everton. It's not been a great record. And then for me to be as arrogant in a time when our form isn't great as well, to think you can rotate the side, to put in a Richarlison who people joke about with Mudryk and Gakpo about 007. We got 0027 over here because nearly how many games now has he played? We still haven't seen anything. And you're playing Lucas Moura. It's like, it didn't really make sense.
It didn't.
In the first
I forgot Lucas Moura was still out.
I love Lucas, man.
You're telling
I love
me
him.
I'm a Spurs fan and I forgot it. But then it's the first 5 or 10 minutes in a cup game as well. They always talk about the magic of the cup. You saw Sheffield came in and put 3 or 4 early tackles in on Porro. You know those Premier League newbies?
Yeah.
Welcome to England.
Yeah,
type of
the
tackles.
championship way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I
Cold
tell
Wednesday
you now,
night in Sheffield.
immediately,
Heavy-handed,
tell the Spurs team
yeah,
to just
yeah.
shut up.
Proper-
It was just boom, and they got the better of us. So for me, it wasn't a thing where Sheffield were better quality than us. They just literally outworked us and outmuscled us in that game. And it was, listen, if you don't do that in the FA Cup, no chance.
True.
You've got no chance.
Got a question for you here from Kyle. Spurs, is it a weak squad or a poor style of play?
It is actually a mixture of both. I would say it's a weak squad in the aspect of it's a weak
very
defence.
Switzerland answer.
I think you look at the defence though. I don't think Ben Davies, Eric Dyer, Langley, I don't think they get into any top 10 Premier League side, in all honesty. We've got Fraser Forster at the minute. I don't think he gets into any top 15 Premier League sides, if any relegation sides. So really and truly, you're looking at that. Then you look at the wing backs. We've had Emerson, who, okay, he's had a good couple of weeks now, but we've seen what he's like for 18 months. Perisic is on his last legs.
Yeah.
That's your back five. And this is a manager who his system is built on the back five. So you're doomed to fail from the start with that. But then also, I have to give Conte some of this blame. Conte isn't blame-free because he's the one that's picking his system. He refuses to be tactically flexible.
Oh my days, what a save.
He refused to be tactically flexible. I'm sorry, but in a game where you're 1-0 down against Sheffield in the FA Cup, why are you still playing with the back five?
Sorry.
Why have you not gone to 4-3-3? Why have you not gone to 4-2-2 or 4-4-2, sorry? So for me, it's those kind of decisions. When I see Emerson, now he's playing well, but when he was in awful form,
Musiala.
he was still picking
Shots.
his
Wonder
out. Jed
He's
Spence
really
getting
good.
0 minutes. It's like
That Jed Spence is a crazy
Lovely bit
one.
of skill from Salah there.
Because
Musiala.
Jed Spence,
Skill.
Musiala.
Musiala is
Saved by
quality,
the
yeah?
keeper.
Special player.
I know.
But it's so I know
think
it's a
the
bit
one
of a
person,
Switzerland answer, but it literally is. The problem at Spurs is more than just one simple
Yeah.
thing.
I think
Well-
the one player that can hold his head up high this season has been, well, apart from Harry Kane, obviously, Kulishevsky.
I'll be honest with you, since the injury in January, he hasn't looked the same. He
Oh,
has
wow.
not looked the same. Only in the Chelsea game did he kind of give us a little bit of shades of he's looking back to himself. But first half of the season, he was looking very good, but he kept picking up little injuries as
Yeah,
well. But
yeah.
the one I would say is Rodrigo Bentancur. He was massive for us in midfield. Midfield, we don't have a
Come
natural
on.
creator. And he's the kind of one who can kind of pick up the ball, pick up spaces, find a pass. And when he picked up that kind of season-ending injury, now you're kind of stuck with Skip and Pape Sarr who were playing in the first leg. I mean,
100%.
they're making their Champions League debuts, you know what I mean? So they're kids, essentially. But Bentancur, for me, is a massive
Yeah,
miss.
Bentancur's been decent, but Kulusevski, you said before
He's a
the
special
injury.
player,
Just
though, man.
got-
I did like the look of him.
We've got a free kick here to Bayern. A foul on, how do you say his name? Coman.
Coleman, Kingsley
Kingsley
Coleman.
Coman, yeah.
Kingsley Coman.
From Nuno Mendes,
Which
yeah.
definitely was a foul.
Yeah, he
Wouldn't you
got
agree?
rusted,
Yeah. At first you were like, what?
Yeah,
Watch the
yeah,
replay. Yeah, nah, definitely a foul.
Oh, interesting. You thought they would have gone aerials.
Hey,
Oh,
what are you
oh.
doing, mate? Come on.
Okay, what are you thinking so
Choupo-Moting
far,
as
Stuart?
well. Yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
I think possession-wise, it's decent. Again, Bayern is pressing high as usual, very physical. We look way more in control than the previous leg. But again, it takes few seconds for players like Musiala or even Kingsley Coman, you saw on the right-hand side against Nuno Mendes, to change the whole game. So the keeper has been safe as well, but it's not enough now. We need more pace. Mbappe is a bit silent and quiet now. He had a few chances, but now it looks like they're taking good care of him, to be fair.
I don't know if you know this, you probably do, but I think PSG have only come back from like the first leg, being beaten in the first leg, and have only redeemed themselves to go through on one occasion.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah,
I know
okay,
about
just
this.
checking if you knew or not, you know.
Especially
Not
the
rubbing
fact-
it in or anything.
especially
just-
when we're playing away as well.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
terrible with away
Yeah.
games. So again,
with that in
you
mind-
never know. Everything can happen. It's just 1-0 at the end of. I think oh my days, he was almost injured during the previous training session. He was really fragile, and we were scared of him not playing tonight. But look,
Got a corner here in the Spurs game
Marquinhos
as well.
is out,
Marquinhos, yeah.
captain. Yeah,
Come on,
So we
Sonny,
have,
please beat the first man. I beg.
Mukele instead, but shaky defender.
How much?
Yeah, these short corners
I hate
infuriate me.
I swear to
I
you.
hate it as well.
There is nothing worse.
see
That
that?
is why.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they always do short corners, and you think it's a training ground piece, but never is it. It's always.
But you know what?
freestyle off the
I
cuff.
was getting frustrated in our game on Saturday against Bournemouth. We had so many corners. I mean, we had 86% possession.
Yeah.
So much of the ball kept getting these set piece corners, and you're seeing these little short corners. I'm like, bro, get it in the box.
Yeah.
Anything can happen there. Because if you get a good delivery, literally anything can happen. These short corners.
Put it in the
are a
right
misnomer.
spaces, as they
Yeah.
say, man. Put it in the right areas. Sometimes defenders just cause problems
Exactly.
for themselves. You know what I mean? But when you do these silly short
I
pieces,
mean, you
where
saw it
it's
out
kinda-
with Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Their second
It's
goal.
not even a planned out piece. I respect it when it's like an actual
Yeah,
planned out
yeah,
piece. I've
yeah.
seen teams do that and it works out well, but
It's Marquinhos
Marquinhos
coming
out.
off it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Marquinhos
subbed
out.
off.
Mukele in. Yeah.
So you're saying he had an injury prior to this?
Yeah, he was not feeling great for the past few games, and he was uncertain for tonight. I experienced a little discomfort during the previous training session, so we expected it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Kimpembe is injured as well, probably not playing until the end of the season. It's a lot of injuries, man. A lot of injuries. Kylian is the captain, though.
Yeah. Got to like
Means a
that.
lot. Yeah.
Got to like that. That power.
More,
That was in
of-
his
more
contract,
pressure on
mate.
his shoulders, huh?
Is that in his contract?
To be the
Captain.
okay, I'm not having it. I know what you're gonna do, Laurie.
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Apparently, Mbappe now is the king of PSG, the king of Qatar. He has the keys of the whole city, pretty much. When he has renewed his contract, that's what people said, but that is not
he's an
true
all-time
at
top
all.
scorer now, isn't he? So
And he's now the whole-time
Hey,
top
man.
scorer. Yeah,
that's the GOAT.
and he's from
That's
the Paris
actually crazy.
region.
Sorry,
He's
at 21.
Mad, isn't
21?
it? Mad. 201
24
goals.
now.
24.
To me, he's the best player
He's
in the world.
24 now. He's 24 now. Yeah.
To
he's
me,
24.
he's-
Haaland then, 'cause
To me,
Haaland's-
right now, he's the best player in the
Haaland's
world.
23, is he?
Would you agree?
Best player in the world. Mbappe, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I know Fuad's going to say, yeah, we
Without
had the conversations many
Without
times.
question,
So,
man. Come on. You know me, man.
Even in the World Cup.
For me, that is
Even
it.
in the
I
World
was
Cup,
gonna
he was
say,
the best player in
all
the
the
world.
proof you needed was just the World Cup final, in my opinion.
Crazy.
Just
Yeah.
that performance to
go
say,
on,
look,
cross it
So
now.
true.
just say, all right, my team might
no one in
lose,
the box
but
as well.
I'm leaving with something. And it was 3 nasty goals.
Yeah.
The moments they were happening. Like, you really thought he was going to be the party pooper. And I was like, wow, this kid is like generational, literally.
Yeah, I mean, Messi got
He
all
almost
the
changed
awards,
the script,
but that
man.
was sentiment,
Almost.
wasn't it? That was sentiment for Messi. But let's be honest.
That's
It
one
was.
of those.
Actually, I think that the thing is about that is why that. Yeah, I think you're about to say that game was so great because Mbappe just played so well.
Yeah.
But
Good
the fact
pressure.
is that
Well
you
done.
ultimately-
Finish it.
Oh! Was that over the line
The
though?
line!
Oh my days!
Wow! That is defending.
Oh,
that
that
was
is
amazing.
incredible.
Nah, that is world-class
that's
defending.
Thiago Silva-esque.
Oi, Matthias de Ligt, give yourself a pat on the back, lad. That was a certified goal.
That was brilliant.
Ooh.
The shot
chances
was
are
weak.
there.
The shot was weak. I'm sorry, the shot was
I used to
weak.
play in
Yeah,
defence.
but
so
taking
when
the
I saw
positives,
line
the
clearances-
chances are coming.
Yeah, because of the keeper, the shaky keeper. That's it. We've been lucky on that one. But the shot was weak. What a save!
Right, just got a super chat in
Oh,
from
man.
Kyle. Thanks, Kyle. Mora at PSG, Richarlison at Everton, Basuma at Brighton, all exceptional talents. They join Spurs in decline. It's a psych issue, culture failure.
See, I'd argue those a little bit because we got a PSG fan right here. I'm not sure Lucas Moura was that great at PSG. I thought he was a squad
We
player.
love
at
these
best.
YouTube videos and,
and
compilation of skills and stuff like that. But
For me, it
the
was
impact
like,
was not.
when he came.
that
He
good.
was meant to be what essentially Neymar was in actual fact when he came to PSG. I'm not joking.
Really?
When he
Wow.
came from Sao Paulo,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
he not meant
We-
to be a
we-
Brazilian wonder
exactly,
kid?
exactly.
He was the leader of the next. He was
exactly,
the
yeah.
number 10, funnily enough. Then he got stuck out wide and he became this busy, headless running merchant for Spurs. And I don't know why we decided to spend 27 million and got hoodwinked by them. Richarlison, people say he was great at Everton, but I think that level of Everton is what's expected. He's scored about 12, 13 goals a season, playing 40 games a season. I don't
Yeah, he's
think
not prolific.
Yeah, I don't think he was that prolific. And you look at his kind
He's
of
a prolific
skill set.
shithouse.
Yeah, that's the thing. You
The
look at his skill
shithousery
set.
side of his game.
What
Yeah.
would you say are his best attributes? I don't think his
Shithousery.
finishing, his dribbling, his passing.
I think the thing is, that's the thing, players like that rise above at teams that are smaller because
Yeah.
they are bigger than the club, but then they move to a club that's,
And the thing is,
levels above,
Absolutely.
and they seem smaller because
and
they are.
when you're at a club like Everton, and
Wasn't he at
they're
Watford as
fighting
well?
for relegation and they're fighting mid-table clashes, you don't have to perform week in, week out. The fans will appreciate you just putting
Yeah.
the hard yards in, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. And I think
They want to
that's-
see the effort, they want to see the dedication that you put in.
Absolutely, yeah.
Whereas
So
when you're at a club like Tottenham,
so-
when you're
yeah.
bigger clubs, they expect results
we're,
from
we're
that.
actually the problem with Spurs as well is like we don't sign those massive players either. We always try and sign players who are almost trying to break into that and trying to become big players. And I'll be honest with you, Basuma's one of those because he looked quality at Brighton, and I think in good time he will come good at Spurs. But he's had an issue kind of adapting to our system. It's definitely not the one he used to play at Brighton. But I think there's a player there with him. With the other two though, I don't
Fine.
agree as
Oh
much.
my.
Brian with
Oh my.
chance. Oh, they keep getting themselves into very tight angles.
Alfonso
Alphonso
Davies,
Davies.
the pace that is
Mind
He's
you,
really good.
Donnarumma's very good in situations like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Oh, it wasn't even Donnarumma.
Come on,
it
ref,
was-
man, give us something.
Yeah, and actually talking about some of your players like that you think are going to sort of come up, they start small, like Oliver Skipp is one that was introduced for a Champions League game as
Yeah.
a starter against Milan on the reverse fixture, and he played really well, didn't he?
Yeah, he's one. Last year when he came through, kind of was one of the real bright points, to be fair. And in the midfield that was struggling. I think Højbjerg was struggling for form. We had a lot of
clear it,
kind of
well
players
done.
not performing up to the level. And he really played well. But then he picked up an injury, and for the past maybe 12 months, he's kind of been dealing with that. So just to see him back in the team
Yeah.
and actually performing is actually good. But
Yeah, I mean,
then
performing,
in a
he
game,
bloody goes and
Yeah.
scores against us.
and then that as well, I was like, yo, do you know what?
Oh.
If he can kind of build that confidence, and with Bentancur being out injured as well, it kind of leaves that gap for him to take the mantle. I think he should come in and kind of really use this kind of opportunity second half of the season.
Do you
for
know
sure.
what? I spoke to him post-match after you guys beat us.
I bet he was proper humble in it.
He was so nice.
That's what I'm saying. I could tell he's one of them. He's one of them.
I was obviously in
"Oh,
like
just
such
go
a
for the
bad
3
mood, but I had
points."
to do a post-match interview with him
Yeah.
and do like a little walk and talk. Don't know if you saw it on their Instagram,
Yeah.
but did you hear my voice?
Yeah.
Did you?
No, I actually noticed your voice there.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you? Why did you not send it to me? And then anyway, and he came up and he like shook my hand and he was
Yeah.
the nicest guy, like so sweet, so humble, and we was like he was obviously just thrilled. He had so many interviews he
Yeah.
had to do, but like first goal for Spurs, and it comes
Massive,
in a game like that.
massive. And it was the quality of goal as well, to be fair. Like, I know Kepa
Well done.
probably should have done better.
Oh, too far.
Mbappe almost breaking through there. Jan Sommer getting to that.
Good keeper, Jansson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with Neuer out injured, perfect replacement
So
to step
close
in.
every
But
time.
no, massive for Skip, I think. And this is obviously now another opportunity, second game in the Champions League. Come and kind of make it your own. But
Sorry, so I just have to interrupt. Someone that's in the comments said that I'm Spurs. I am
nah.
not Spurs.
Hey, we're going to convert her soon, man. We're going to convert her.
I'm Chelsea. I can say that with confidence after
No,
yesterday.
yeah.
If I said that like that last week.
Good couple of results last couple of days for you.
Chelsea,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, we're on the rise.
Potter era's finally begun, yeah? Say no more. Say no more.
He's coming good. I knew he would.
Well done. Go on, Messi, go on.
Oh my God,
Push
no,
it,
that's
push
got
it,
to be
push
offside.
it.
That's got to be offside.
Messi's pace just wasn't there on that.
Yeah,
It's real end-to-end game.
yeah, nothing.
Hey,
This real end-to-end game.
Look at
It
this.
is really end to end. What's going on over here?
God, man, it's just too chaotic. Can't really string anything together either team, to be fair.
I've hardly
I
seen
feel like
Harry
that was
Kane
the
in
case
this game.
their last fixture though, wasn't it? Like neither team
Yeah.
played incredibly well, to be honest.
It was like defences making mistakes and pretty much attacks just trying to capitalise off
Yeah.
it. But
I was saying I've hardly seen Harry Kane in this game. He's not really figured, has he?
Yeah. Someone that I think for AC Milan that has not performed so well in the Champions League is Rafael Leao. Do you not think? I kind of expected more from him.
funnily
Yeah.
enough, though, I thought in the first leg, in the second half, he was actually
Well, yeah,
one
it
of
was
their bright
decent.
points.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought he was one of their kind of key creators
Agreed.
and focal point. And he almost picked up on that. I can't remember who was playing right centre. I think it was Romero. Romero wasn't having a good game that day, and he was just getting dragged out of position. I can't remember if it was him or Tanganga. But whoever was playing there kept getting dragged out, and he was just like, oh, let me just float and kind of pick up these spaces. And he was honestly just picking up positions all the time. I think he got 2 or 3 decent crosses in. I think there was one, can't remember whether it was Junior Messi. I should have finished it, but completely missed it. But yeah, I do agree, though. There's definitely, I think, when you hear the kind of price tags that he's involved with and some of the names he's kind of linked to, you do think at the big stage,
Oh,
you
look
do
at
have
Davis.
good form.
Davis.
Alphonso
Oh,
Davies
look at
has
that
come in
pace.
a couple of times now. Oh.
Well done, Hakimi, well done.
I think he
Well
fell
done.
over there.
Yeah.
Nothing,
He
bro.
slipped
No,
over.
no, no,
He
no, no.
slipped.
No, he did. He slipped. He had him
got a
on
comment
toast
here
and then he slipped.
from Paul.
Nothing.
He goes, tried a channel to watch the match. Can't believe it's not on the comedy channel as Harry Kane trying to win a trophy is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Ah, poo. That's not nice.
2 minutes left
Thanks
of the
for the super
Bayern
chat,
game.
Yeah.
It's all right. Fuad. Comes in, mate. You got to take the stick, haven't you?
Yeah, you give and take, you give and take. Come on, man.
We're into
Let's
added
at
on
least
time in the
compose
Bayern
ourselves a
game.
We've
little.
got 2 minutes added
Yeah.
time.
Don't worry,
over
at
in
We
least-
need to
Munich.
breathe. I think
at
it's
least we
been
got this to
really
hold us
intense.
over half time in that one.
Yeah. Yeah, better than your chat, isn't it? Blimey.
Come on,
Here we
Noddy.
go.
Come on, bro. Push.
I think.
No, that was so obvious.
Ooh,
Right, go on.
Oh,
Back.
it's a bit scrappy there. That was a good ball over. There's some I don't know. Did you watch the Chelsea game yesterday?
I did
yes.
actually,
Cucurella,
yes.
how good was Cucurella?
He was very good, to be fair.
Some
I
of
thought
his passes were incredible, I thought.
Cucurella, I thought was over the last couple of weeks has been actually improving. He's one I'm expecting to improve as well, considering he played under Potter at Brighton as well. I'd expect him
I
to
remember
come
watching
through that
him
somewhere.
a couple of seasons ago when we played Brighton, and he was
Yeah.
outstanding.
I think the thing I'm more surprised at though is the fact that how well he's playing at left centre back, and because at Brighton it was kind of wing back.
Yeah,
it was,
But
yeah.
That's
left
it.
centre back, he's actually really looked comfortable.
Do you
and
know what? I think that might be what it is because when he was playing more left, like wing back, he wasn't doing so well for us, and that is obviously where Chile performs better anyway.
100%.
And I'd choose Chile over him any day in that
Yeah.
position. But yeah, yesterday I thought he was.
Do you know who's another one I thought
Unreal.
played really well yesterday?
Go
Kai
on.
Havertz. And
Kai
I know,
Havertz,
I know
wasn't I
some
saying
people
that?
will say
So
like
well.
German opposition, so there's a bit of tax.
Yeah.
It almost felt like Bundesliga for him.
Yeah.
But I thought he really picked up a lot of kind of good spaces, picked out a lot of nice passes. Well, there was
Yeah.
one I think in the build up to the goal, little heel turn. I
Yeah.
just saw. I was like, yo,
No, he's
really in
creating
his
some
bag
really
today.
good space. I think he always just turns up in the bigger matches.
Half-time.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you think
Yeah.
that's what it is?
I think genuinely I do at the moment. That's what I think.
That
He
would
obviously turned
frustrate
up in the
me
Club
so
World Cup.
much.
It is
If I'm
frustrating
like a
because
Chelsea
you can
fan-
see his talent. Like you've got when you see him play like last night, it's like, why can you not put that into every single
Week
game?
in, week out, yeah.
Like, but I think that about all of them a lot of the time.
True,
like,
true.
First
we know
half
you
was
can play
ended.
like that. Why are you not doing it?
Yeah.
First half has ended
Yeah,
with the
half-time,
Bayern.
First half's
PSG.
ended in Bayern Munich PSG game. Stuart, emotions, first half, what are we saying?
Quite stressful. The intensity is crazy. I think we've been quite solid, to be fair. But I also have the impression that we're pushing, but we reached the max that we can do, kinda, and it's not working. We're getting blocked all the time. So again, all depends on the main man, Mbappe. I think if he has quite a few other chances, we can score. But I can't believe that chance was saved by the lead. That was crazy.
That was incredible, actually.
That was crazy. Like, so unlucky.
Off
So
the
unlucky.
line.
We played really well. I think even possession-wise, the pressure was good. Better than the first leg, 100%. But it's not enough. It's not enough for now.
What are you hoping comes out in the second half different?
I'm trying to think
Is there anything
about
that you
subs
can-
that we can bring on, but with all the injuries that we have, it's like the whole bench is weak. To be fair, And we don't-
Weak.
Someone asked that in the
PSG
comments,
bench
actually.
weak.
Do you think
Hey.
the Bayern Munich bench is stronger?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Obviously, yeah, 100%. Well, again, maybe bring a kid from the academy. I think he played the first leg. Warren Zaire-Emery. Yeah, try to play him, and he will bring a lot of pace. And you know when you play a youngster like this, like. Probably because of the lack of experience, he does not fear anything. You know, it's like, you know what, let's just try it. Yeah, the little craziness that you need to unblock the game, and yeah, probably bring him on, replacing probably Vitinha, to be fair. Probably Vitinha, yeah.
Yeah.
In the midfield, yeah.
Okay, and score predictions, we staying the same or?
Well, I did. Well, my score prediction before the game was 3-1 for PSG.
Yeah. 4
Um,
goals in the second half. Can't wait.
It can happen, you know.
It can happen.
Listen, we saw.
Yeah, we
got-
saw
I've got-
6 in one half, didn't we?
I hate to bring it up, man. Yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna stick with my prediction 3-1 for PSG. Yeah, 3-1 for PSG. Yeah.
All
So,
right.
yeah.
Right.
It's actually been quite an even game, though, really.
It
It
is.
has been an even game.
And I think the stats bear that out because there's been 4 shots on target, 4 shots, 2 shots on target for either team, and even the possession. 53% to PSG, 47% Bayern, and they're at home. So PSG are doing well. You just need that goal, don't you?
But
And
physically,
it nearly
they are
came.
stronger than us. I don't know if we can keep
goal
up.
line
with-
clearance by De Ligt.
Oh yeah.
My friend here was
that was
eulogising about it, and quite right.
Yeah.
Because seriously, that was proper.
Yeah.
That's like a goal, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
like scoring.
100%.
Like the other
That's
end.
quality.
I used to play in defence, so
Oh.
for me that is like a goal when
Giroud's
you're
down.
doing off the line clearance. Even I saw, was it Chilwell yesterday, right
Yeah.
at the end of the first half, he did a similar last minute challenge like that, and I was
Yeah,
like, that is as
so
good as a
good.
goal sometimes, honestly.
You see now with defenders, I noticed it in the World Cup, and it's carried on through the domestic football we're watching. Nowadays, when a defender makes a goal line clearance or a really good tackle,
celebrate
you
it.
see, they celebrate.
Yeah.
it.
I love it.
Yeah, and I
love
think
it.
that's really good.
Before, it used to be only, I felt like the purest of defenders, like the Chiellinis,
The fighting
Ramoses,
spirit was
the
like the
Pepes,
warriors,
like a
yeah.
certain character. Now I feel like there's a lot more of those defenders coming back. And I'll be honest with you, I felt like maybe from like 2014 to like 2020 maybe, the quality and pool of centre-backs wasn't as deep as it used to be maybe the decade before. I feel like over the last maybe 2 years, we're starting to get a little bit more. We're starting to get those Ruben Diaz's coming up. We're starting to get those Fofanas, those Badia Shields now even coming
Yeah.
through.
John Terry's.
Lisandro Martinez,
Tony Adams.
I was gonna say,
Saliba
like-
coming out. So you're getting this kind of young crop, Gabriel.
Putting
even, like,
themselves on the line quite literally in
absolutely. And
circumstances
for
like
me,
that.
I've said, as much as I feel like footballers breeded this ball-playing centre-back mould, and it's great, you do still need
You have
that
to
kind of
defend.
hard.
No, I'm with you
I
on
always
that,
said,
yeah.
you look at your great Chelsea defence, Ricardo Cavallo, John Terry. You look at Rio Ferdinand, Vidic, Carlos Puyol, PK. Every great
Adams
centre-back
and Keane.
partnership. Adams and real talk.
Don't forget
you
that.
always had the one who loves the tackles and loves that passion, and then the one that's like, you know what, calma. Let's play a bit of football. You know what I mean?
Controlling a
Yin
bit.
and yang
Yeah.
almost, and I feel like every centre-back
Balance.
partnership you need.
Yeah,
You look at
that's
United,
interesting.
Varane and Martinez, it's working. Even though Sorry, I hate to say it on the weekend, but it's
I think for us, like
overall,
Thiago Silva and
working.
Badia Shield is like it's something that could be. And then it looked great, it slipped a little bit, but I think it's still something that could work.
You lot, even up post Thiago Silva, when that goes, move away from the three. Fofana and Badia Shield right there, you've got it ready made. You've got Gusto, you've got James there, you've got Cucurella, you've got Chilwell there.
Thiago Silva's probably been their player of the season as well.
He's
been amazing.
Third year in a row. Who would have said that?
I thought he was done.
Bro, do you want to make me cry?
Listen,
do you want to make me cry right now?
Honestly, do you know what? I actually want to ask as a PSG fan.
Our captain, mate. We got rid of him for Sergio Ramos.
When you got rid of him, though, was it a thing of you thought maybe he was starting to come to the end?
Yeah,
Did you think so?
Us?
Yeah.
No. Fans? No.
Yeah.
I think we mainly thought that he was a bit down, but he had quite a few years ahead of him still.
But you've just said this about Messi as well. You were like, he's.
But when Thiago Silva left PSG, he had many things to prove in football still.
Yeah. But it's weird with Thiago Silva because you got rid of him. Some might have thought he was old, but then you brought in Sergio Ramos.
Yes, which does not make any sense, isn't it?
Not more miles on the clock. I guess you could say, he started younger as well, to be fair.
No, but in terms of the way he plays, Ramos is, very full on.
Very aggressive as well.
Thiago, he's a bit more cerebral in the way he defends.
I guess you could say that. But I do think, when he did leave PSG to come to the Premier League, in my opinion, I was thinking, listen, PSG, you were great, but the Premier League is a different animal.
That's exactly what I thought.
As well, I was like, those
because
groins,
of the league,
said, even when he was playing well in those early couple of games, I was like, by Christmas, those groins will be fully stretched and he won't be able to keep with the pace. Honestly, 3 years later, and I can't compliment him enough and just say, listen, that is an example of a top world-class centre-back, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the fact that we've renewed that contract as well, I think is just
worth every penny. Worth every penny. Even, I think, from
best
now,
thing we've done all season.
Now he's reached a point at Chelsea as well, where I feel like even as just a dressing room impact, because you look at the Chelsea dressing room, there's not many experienced leaders in there, and I think even just having him on a touchline, when you see him in the stands, even just having his wife around. His wife is incredible. I can't lie to you. If you see her on Twitter and how she's,
she's quite outspoken.
If you're a footballer, that's the kind of wife you want. I swear.
He was doing this at PSG when he was injured. He was always around.
What I don't like is that she did a post recently about Potter out basically, and I was like, you can't be doing that when you're like.
Should she do that?
She wears her heart on her sleeve. I'll give her that. She wears her heart on her sleeve.
I wonder how he explains that. Mind you, Potter probably didn't say anything.
No, Potter,
Potter's not going to say.
No, maybe wouldn't have seen it, but you got to hear about that. Yeah. Come on.
No, but Potter, I don't think he's got any confrontational bones in his body.
He's not going to be like, "Oh, what's your wife saying about me?" Is it?
It just makes it uncomfortable in the dressing room, I guess, a little bit, where it's like, your wife is an op of the squad, is she? But nah, Thiago.
Mind you, is she reflecting what he comes home and tells her at night?
Well, that's what I think the whole thing was about. It's interesting that she like that.
I think. If I'll be honest, I think Thiago's sensible enough where. I don't know.
You don't think he's going to go home and speak to his wife while we're going to the dressing room? You are deluded, mate. Are you joking, mate?
Maybe he does, possibly.
You're joking. Obviously, he's going to tell his wife.
Do you? Or do you just be like, yo, babe, that's work?
Yeah,
I'm trying to, because sometimes the club, if you're having a headache at Chelsea, every day you're dealing with this bad form, managerial take. When you come home, you want a bit of peace and quiet. You don't want your wife asking you,
I tell you one thing.
What's he saying? Why he not play you?
That is exactly what goes on. Bella Silva, I tell you one thing, Thiago Silva gets home from work and she goes, right, spill the juice, tell me exactly what Potter's done today.
No, man, that for me, I'll be like, nah, let me get some peace.
I reckon when she did that, he'd probably think, what are you doing? I never told you so you could go out there and do that. I'm sure that's what but listen, let's be honest, man. She's just reflecting the conversations that they've had.
Yeah, no, she is. She's liked that post because she know, if Thiago Silva came home and went, Potter's the best thing since sliced bread. No way she's liking the Potter out tweet.
But then at the same time, I do think she is also like a fan, just like the rest of us. And even more of a fan because her husband plays for the team. And I think sometimes she's thinking her opinions as well. She's like, listen, I'm not liking what I'm seeing.
You know what she reminds me of, right? And I don't want this to sound sexist in any way, but sometimes I've been out with my girlfriend to a restaurant and the food's been crap, and we're sitting there and I want to say something, but I think But my girlfriend, she will say, listen, man, the greens were cold.
Yeah.
You really do need. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I reckon that's what you see.
She'll say it.
She'll say it.
She'll say what you
so we
want
both
to say.
think it.
I get it.
I've said it to her. She said it to me.
That is a girl
but-
thing. That is a girl
She'll
thing.
willfully
she
be the
will.
mouthpiece.
She will say,
Yeah.
"Look, this is not good enough. I'm going to tell him."
Yeah.
And that's exactly what
Babe,
she's done.
I'll have the steak cold. It's okay.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Take
Don't
it
worry,
back.
I've just paid 30 quid for a fillet steak, but don't worry, it feels like it's
How was the
literally
meal?
come out the freezer.
It was all right. No, it wasn't all right.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? So,
Really outspoken, yeah.
It's
She
a
was
last
like this at
minute in this
PSG.
one, man.
as
Laurie,
well.
you are getting so much love in the comments.
love.
Yeah.
Wow, that's unusual for me.
Saying you look good, bro.
Yeah, it's saying you look like a snack.
Wow.
What's going on?
Sorry, guys,
I've been
he has a
called a lot
girlfriend.
worse, mate. I've been called a lot worse. Well, she's not watching
Get
this,
this out.
so, yeah.
Oh,
We've literally got a matter of seconds left in this first half for Spurs,
literally
AC
one of
Milan.
the least quality affairs you'll see.
Yeah, I've got to
Not
say, it's
many
not the greatest
chances,
game.
not
is it?
many
Not
You
for the
wouldn't
first
think that
time this
this is
season.
this is a huge game for them, would you? This
No.
isn't. They've just rocked up. It's a friendly.
Funnily enough, they were just panning to the fans like 5 minutes ago as well, and the atmosphere just didn't
And this
seem
is
like
what I
it
was
was rocking
saying
as well.
before you came, Fuad, is that when managers set their teams up to play football that is not good to watch, you can get away with that if the results are good. But as soon as the results tail off or things are not going your way,
Yeah.
the fans will turn. Now, I guarantee you that if Spurs go out today playing like this, the fans will hate it. They will say you went out
Listen,
with a
the
whimper.
the fans
You didn't
have
go
been
for
hating
it.
it. The fans
Yeah.
have been hating it, to be honest. But yeah, I agree.
And I just don't know why some managers cannot take that on board and think, let's have a go.
And
Not being reckless.
That was the frustration
Yeah.
with the Sheffield game, for example. It's
Yeah.
like you're down 1-0. Why are we still playing with a back five? Why are we still?
Well, I
sitting
couldn't
so
believe
deep?
it when you said to me that Harry Kane didn't play.
Harry Kane didn't play, and then even on Wolves on the weekend,
Incredible.
we're 1-0 down, and it takes you 77 minutes to make your first sub. And guess who your first sub is? Richarlison, who hasn't scored any goals. Then you look at your second sub, Lucas Moura. I've got Dan Juma there, who's just come in, scored on his first start for the club in the FA Cup. Hasn't seen the pitch since. What are we doing here? What is the plan? Like, you've got a player who's come in, trying to prove a point, has some quality that some of the other players don't have, but you're not giving him the opportunity.
What is
Similar
his
thing
plan?
happened
What
with
is, what
Spence
is
as well.
Conte's plan then? What is it?
Honestly, I don't know. I've been questioning the recruitment since the summer. I've been here.
I mean, we know he's been in some ill health. Do you think, and I don't wish to sound facetious in any
thing
way,
is,
has that affected his judgment? The fact that he's not
thing
been
is,
well.
I'm confused as to week by week. It seems like people want to change their tune. 1 week it's Conte's taking all the blame. Next week they want to give Stellini all the credit.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like pick a side. Which is it going to be? Because for me, I'm giving the whole coaching staff the blame for me because Stellini's still working under Conte's instructions. And even when Stellini was doing well, I said, listen, it's still Conte's instructions. He's
He
following.
looks like a very hands-on
Now
I
it's
was
manager.
going
hearing
back.
loads of people being like, "Oh, Conte or Stellini."
Yeah.
So, well, I feel like
That's
yeah,
where it's
it's
that's
still
where
from Conte, isn't
Twitterati
it?
go a little bit too crazy for
Listen,
me.
Conte looks like a very hands-on manager. I'm
He is,
pretty
he
sure
is.
that
And the thing
everything
is-
that goes on there is done with his approval.
The problem he has right now is it's almost like universally the fans, the board, the players know he's not signing a new deal. So it's a case of, is his message really going to be heard in the dressing room? Can the fans really get
Yeah.
behind a manager who they know isn't going to be here beyond the summer? So I think that's where now Spurs are in this weird grey area where it's like, we want to get behind the team, but you lot aren't giving us anything to get behind. The chairman, the board aren't really backing the manager.
Yeah.
The manager isn't really investing into the team. And
We
then the
discussed this
players aren't giving us
before you
performance.
arrived, and we were wondering if you guys were still looking for new owners as well, because you've been linked with Qatar, you've been linked with. Is
No,
it still
we
up
were-
to date?
The
or?
Qatar was just, they were in town for a meeting. They're friends with Daniel Levy. They were just catching up over a coffee. There was no talks of a sale because Spurs came out straight away and said, no, we're not selling. The way I see it is Levy and Joe Lewis have had this club for 20 years. I don't think they'll let it go.
That's
It's
what
a cash
that's
cow
what
for
I
them.
thought as well.
For them, they invest very
And the value
little.
of the club
If you
now
look
is
at
comparing to when
all
they took
20
over.
owners of the Premier League, they are bottom 3 in actual putting hands into their pocket and spending. I think Only the Glazers are worse in taking money out of United and one other
Okay.
team I can't remember.
Okay, interesting.
But it's just awful. And this has been 20 years, no success, but we're trying to be a big club. We're bringing in Conte.
He's going to say that you built
Jose.
the stadium. And,
So-
you know,
and that's the thing is so for me, the building of the stadium, I felt like it was bad timing. You don't build a palace before you built the foundation. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Fuad, your stadium is not only used for your team.
Mate,
They're using it for NFL. They're using it for concerts. They're using it for different types of events as well. So from a business perspective, I think that's also part of the plan.
Do you know what the
Also, I'm sorry-
THFC stands for? Tottenham Hosting Fun Club. Because now
It is. They've got a new nightclub in there.
we have.
Oh, you do
Don't
Formula One now as well.
Formula One,
We've got a beer shop
nightclub.
round the corner, nightclub. We've got F1 coming.
Westfield, isn't
We've
it?
got WizKid coming.
You've got
We've
those-
got boxing
the
coming.
walking thing that I did
We've
the other
got
day.
the Skywalk.
Skywalk.
It's an entertainment facility, mate. It's not. It's not somewhere where.
Very
and
true,
this is the thing,
interesting.
and the only
of
one
all
that's
of
not
that-
entertaining is the football team.
Voila. The football team is a sideshow. It's a
Voila.
distraction. It's a, hey, by the way,
Right, come on.
we know you're
We're
coming to the
also a football
boxing,
club, yeah.
but if you want some football as well, we got there.
Let's go.
We got an unsuccessful side,
No
essentially.
change, I think.
Yeah.
So for me, until I start seeing all of those things.
What's the nightclub then?
No subs.
It's basically, it was built in, like, you'll see it, you won't. You'll see it in the stadium. It's like,
What's it called?
it's been, I don't know if it's got
Okay.
a name yet. It's been specifically built
Do you want to
in
go
there. Like,
tonight?
because I-
Laurie? What's
everybody-
going
Are
on?
you talking about
Big
the Sky Bar thing?
That's it, but it's been changed into a
to be
nightclub.
fair, it hasn't. They haven't finished constructing it. That's
No,
the
no,
funniest
no.
thing as well. So in the stadium, you can actually see it. There's meant to be like this segment of the stadium where you can actually look down on it.
Oh,
It's an
okay.
incredible view, but it hasn't opened, and it's another one of those things where it's the club selling this image of
Yeah.
being
Oh,
a
man,
big
Nuno
club
Mendes is
when you're not actually
hard.
there yet. So for
Yeah.
me, before you kind of build the house and all of this, invest in your actual squad, invest in actually winning. And then once you've done that, then you can say, you know what, now let's build the house. That's why
very interesting. What you're saying, we are moaning about the same thing at PSG, but for different reasons, which is the fact that the owners are focused on the marketing aspect of the club, fashion, brand, Jordan collaboration, opening a shop on the Fifth Avenue, New York, etc., without focusing on the results and the football before
But-
the
But,
rest.
but can,
you
I,
know
can,
what
I,
mean?
can I just say something very quickly? Even Arsenal, though, a lot of Arsenal fans will tell you that when the stadium was built, it took us a while to win anything. And remember, we went through that long period where we didn't win anything. And a lot of people were saying that, you know, the stadium, that was it the right thing to do. So I guess it's growing pains. You're going
It is-
through.
it
I
is
also
growing
think,
pains.
though, that a huge part of football is obviously the fans and building new fans, and actually having a stadium like that. Say that you get someone that wants to do something in London. Let's just say, for example,
Let's
this
be
is
honest.
the mindset that I get.
all
with.
the Korean fans that
Yeah,
come into
exactly.
London for
They're
Sunday
coming.
Mint.
Yeah, they're coming for that. But then also the ones that are like, you know, they don't have a football club, but then they go to this F1 arcade. They go to the Skywalk. If they don't have a football team, like chance is, once they've seen all this and how cool
Guess
it is,
what,
they're
though?
going to support Spurs.
I would
So-
rather someone become a fan of the club
For the
by
right
watching
reasons.
The team
Yeah,
play
but
football,
a lot of
having
the
a
time
player
that
they
doesn't
like,
happen.
rather than coming and saying, hey, you know what, that F1 weren't too bad.
No.
That team there, I'll support them.
Love
I guess.
that.
I
For
completely
me,
agree,
that's
but
just
that's
like
not
what I love.
necessarily
I
how
love
fans
you,
are
mate.
made.
Thank you very
Fans
much.
make- but
Thank you.
Think about the content that's produced.
Mm-hmm.
For example, say that we do a golf collab with a footballer and like doing some sort of golf event. There will be a load of golf fans around the world who have never
Will
watched
tune
football
into that,
before.
yeah.
They will be
because
introduced to the
then they buy
club.
into the player, then they get into, and then they start watching it. Then they do become football fans. But you can't, you know, no one's. No,
thing
a lot
is,
Most of the time, it's
sports
not
are
I get
happening.
what
You
you're
know.
saying.
No, I think Ellie does make a
yes.
good point there. We have to understand that the landscape for football and football fans has changed considerably. I mean, listen, we're all sat here now doing social media stuff.
Yeah.
Years gone by, that would not have happened. You know, I mean, some fans
Very
are
true.
actually
I understand
resistant
that. I
to
understand
what
that.
we're doing now.
But
So
it all
so
started
it works both
around
ways.
drinking
Okay.
pints. You're going
Okay,
for
let
the
me tell you
alcohol and
something
football's
then.
on in the background, then you buy into what you're
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It's,
I completely get what you're saying, and it has changed. But I just think that change could have come 10 years later. Let's say, in my opinion, I think if you asked 99% of Spurs fans, would they have wanted to move out of the old White Hart Lane?
Yeah.
They would have said to you,
No.
hell no.
Yeah.
That was a hell of an atmosphere.
We had similar
Last year,
conversations
With
about
Highbury.
Highbury.
that's real football. That's
Honestly,
a real
you
football.
ask
what we
No,
have
but
right now at
I'm
PSG.
conflicted
they
about
enjoyed
that
that
because
the fans were so close to
Go on,
the
go on, go on,
pitch.
try something. Come, no.
Although Spurs,
no.
it's on.
No. I'm next to you,
Winter
mate, on your
back.
right side.
closest to the
No,
pitch,
no.
Spurs.
What?
Spurs seats are the closest to the pitch out of all the Premier League teams.
Yeah, I still get that, but I thought
But I know
White
what
Hart
you
Lane
mean,
was
I know what you
different.
mean.
It was different. It was almost like on top of you. And I think every
Yeah.
Spurs fan would have said, look, if we stay there for another 10 years, but you focused on investing that stadium money into the squad,
Well, it was the same
we
people
would have
that
bit your
built
hands off.
Spurs' stadium that built Arsenal's.
What do you mean?
It's the same people, apparently. Same contractors.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I can
to be
believe
fair,
that.
that would explain the kind of design, to be
Yeah,
fair.
exactly,
They don't
yeah.
look too that much
but
apart,
mate,
and they
your
just went,
club-
hey,
your
just make
club
sure you
can
get more
be-
seats in.
Your club can be popular without moving stadiums, and you're well placed to know that because Stamford Bridge does not have a huge capacity. I
Yeah.
think you guys have 37,
And
something like that.
Chelsea are the polar opposite of Spurs, you see. 'Cause
Exactly.
They said, forget this. They've been wanting to move out of Stamford Bridge since Save the Bridge days, yeah? They've been wanting to
See?
find the new ground. And they said, no,
They're
you know
spending
what?
on players.
Why don't we spend 20 years getting drunk, winning every trophy?
No, but
Let's
can I-
win two
can I- can I-
Champions
can I-
Leagues,
can I
let's
say
get
something
a couple of
on
Europas,
Can I
let's
say
get a
something
couple
on
of
that?
Premier Leagues, and then you know what? After that, we might throw in a
And
couple
people
of
are
FA
still
Cups and
coming to
Carabaos.
attend
No, but I think-
Chelsea
I
games
think,
at Stamford
I
Bridge.
think-
Even,
You know
what
even
they'll
if
do?
it's an aging stadium,
You know what
it's
they'll
part of the DNA
aging
of Chelsea.
stadium.
Oh, Bayern are in.
They'll even stay at the hotel
that
next door.
penalty?
Nothing. No, nothing. No, come on.
Dunno,
No,
man.
no.
Oh
my.
Bayern.
PSG are making a lot of mistakes here.
His own player
Oh my
kicked that off
god,
the
that's
line.
offside, surely,
Chill. There's
It
nothing.
looked like Choupo-Moting got in the way there.
isn't it?
Did he kick that off
There's
the line
nothing,
himself?
there's nothing. Was that handball? Are they checking VAR or something?
Ooh,
What's
I
going
think
on?
this might be a penalty.
Looked like
Penalty
Choupo-Moting
for what?
got in the way there.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he was.
Choupo-Moting got in the way.
That was actually
Stopped his
was
team
that
from
actually
going in
gonna go
front.
That was going in.
Well, they're asking
That's
for
the
a pen.
penalty they're
That's not a
looking for.
pen. He put
No,
his-
that
his
doesn't look
foot-
like a penalty to
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
But you can understand why they're asking for it.
Yeah. I'd probably done the same.
I think you're giving Chelsea a little bit too much credit there because
Oh, I love it. Keep it coming.
No,
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 that's
with
the
regard
truth.
to the with regard to the stadium, what I heard was they were actively trying to move. They couldn't secure a site. So that is one of the reasons why they've been at Stamford
But-
Bridge for
can't-
so
but
long.
guess what?
I think that is.
But the location of
but
Stamford
that-
Bridge
no, but
is
that's-
really
but guess
good.
what?
They could
It's
have
central
moved
London.
before
Fulham.
If we could expand and we could build a new stadium where
They
we
would have
are
done
as
that.
well, we would. But the planning commission.
Oh!
Oh,
1-0!
Chupo!
What did I tell you?
Yeah.
did say
Ex
that.
PSG player. What did I tell you?
player.
I told you it was either Kingsley Coman or
I
Choupo-Moting.
said to them, if you can do it on a calm Wednesday night in Stoke,
You could do
you can do it anywhere. Oh, I
Listen.
don't. Oh, is
This
it,
fucking curse man. All
why
the
is he
time,
looking like that?
All
Are
the time.
No, the goal's not been awarded.
It's not.
What did
Maybe,
what did
maybe
he-
someone touched. Maybe it's an
Offside?
offside.
Oh,
Is it
no.
offside?
Didn't look offside.
No.
That is not offside.
That's not
Oh,
offside.
did Muller get a touch on that?
I think
Did
he
That's
did.
Muller
not
get a
offside.
touch? Muller, I hope you didn't ruin that, man.
If Muller touched it, then
He is
it
a
will be ruled
foolish
out.
guy.
Otherwise, it's Choupo-Moting.
I
and
reckon
it's-
that's going to stand. Who's that very smartly dressed manager there?
Yeah.
Nagelsmann.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a goal.
Yeah, it is.
It's a goal! It's a goal! It's a goal! It's a goal! 1-0 Bayern München.
I must admit, as speaking as a neutral, I hate to see goals like that chalked off anyway.
Yeah, man.
Whoa, that looks close.
No, but he didn't touch it.
No.
He didn't touch it.
That's a
Look, you'll see this angle
light
properly.
header. Slightly touched
Yeah,
it, to
that
be fair.
is-
The trajectory remains the same.
Yeah,
Huh?
Muller actually tried to touch it as well. That's the worst bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's disallowed.
No, it's
He's
actually.
just-
Oh! It's not been
Because what?
allowed.
Because Muller touched it.
Offside.
Muller
It
didn't
was ruled
touch it.
offside.
I'm sorry.
It
did
must
any
be
of you lot
offside.
think Muller
I
touched
did
that?
No, I think
not-
it must be offside.
I did not see him touch that.
Oh, Bayern have been done dirty there. Bayern have been done
Stuart, how
dirty
happy
there.
are you?
Wow.
Wow,
for
wow,
once,
wow.
for once, we're lucky with a ref decision. But
Hey, man.
That would have been sour.
You
That
know-
would have been sour.
that's
You know what's funny as
That's
well?
a tough
Bayern
one
still
to-
got
yeah.
Sane and Mane to bring on as well.
bro. That's what I said earlier.
my
Like,
lord.
look at the bench.
Oh,
Look at the bench.
Two players that have
Serge Gnabry
contributed
is
a
on the
lot
bench as well.
this season.
Yeah, there you go.
just
See?
bring those three. Triple change right now. Floating behind Chupo.
Oh, he's raging.
No, but he will.
He's
he will
hungry.
score eventually. Trust
He's
me.
hungry.
He's hungry.
He's
I can tell.
got
That's
much-
just, that would have only just riled him up more,
Someone
isn't
threw
it?
this slush
Yeah,
puppy.
someone's. What was that? A balloon as well.
Dang.
Cups, balloons.
Debris on the field.
Yeah, that's normal.
The referee's warning to
No.
He needs to be careful, you know.
Look at me.
What is he saying? Look at me.
Danilo.
That dissent is going to get you sent off, mate.
God, I think it's getting pretty tense over
Yeah,
there.
but
I think if
no-
Bayern
now-
don't,
now- now
I think
they're
if
pissed off
Bayern don't go
and-
through,
yeah.
you're not going to hear the end of this. Because that looked like a goal to me, I must admit. But hey,
Yeah, I think it. I still don't understand. They were
I
saying
don't
it-
understand.
Switch
It
it.
was offside because
Oh my
Muller
days.
touched it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can
didn't see a
see.
single angle where it looked like he did.
the reason why I say that is because Muller seemed to be arguing a lot with the ref. So maybe the ref said you touched it. I
He
don't know.
impacted the
Yeah,
keeper
yeah.
offside.
I don't know if that was direct impact, I would say. I think sometimes
It's still
as well, I'll be
not
honest with you, I
looking
think the
good
keepers
because
get a
now
little
they're
bit too
going
much.
for it.
Say that again?
I said it's still not looking good because they're going for it now. They're pissed off. They're
Yeah.
gonna put more
Yeah.
pressure.
Only
and,
going to get them
yeah.
going more.
PSG
Yeah.
for me need to earn this win.
I do
I
feel
can't
like
have this PSG crawling over the line
Yeah,
through
agreed.
some
Lucky-
individual
lucky
heroism.
decisions
No.
and, yeah,
I'm
agreed.
sorry. I need PSG to earn
Like
this.
we did
If
in the
not,
past, yeah.
I'm happy to see the fans riot. Because I'll be honest with you, if I was a
No,
PSG
no,
fan,
no.
I get why they're angry. People think just because they're at
Thank
the
you.
top of the league, it's
Thank
like
you.
the French
It's
league
not
is
only
bread and
about
butter
being
for
on
them,
the
man.
top of the league. It's
that's
the
literally
attitude
what Stuart
and
was saying.
involvement
So
of
we were
players.
talking
Yeah.
about.
No, but then
the
you could
future
say
of the
you could
manager at
equally
the
say
club
that
if they
about
lose
Bayern.
this.
Same,
And I said
exactly.
they're still
Thank
top
you,
of the
Laurie.
league,
Thank
but
you.
he
You
quite
could
rightly
equally say
said-
that about Bayern. Their league
In-
is
in the
bread and butter
Bundesliga.
for them.
It is bread and butter for them. Bayern, for them, the Champions League matters.
Yeah.
That's why Nagelsmann will get judged harshly if they do get dumped out. I don't think he'll possibly stay on, in my opinion.
Mind you, to me, this game here is worthy of the final. Don't you
Could
think?
be.
Yeah.
This should be
Well,
the
I'm
final.
definitely over this garbage over here, isn't
Question
it?
I wonder though is,
But I would say that Bayern have, in this second half
Oh,
so
no,
far, I definitely
not
think
Nuno
have
Mendes.
performed
Oh.
better than PSG.
yeah.
Well, again, they have more experience as well. But
As a neutral,
Oh,
with
what's
the
going on
possible
between the
exception
gaffers?
of
Yeah,
Man
look at
City,
that.
no disrespect to Chelsea, but Bayern and PSG, that is,
A Champions League
final.
final.
Yeah.
No, it's
Question
definitely.
though, Stuart, if Gautier doesn't stay on next season, who the hell comes in? Because I feel like PSG have almost run out of managers now. They've gone young, they've gone experienced, they've gone French, they've gone superstar.
Understood,
They've
yeah.
tried every kind
Do you
of
know who they'll try and
variation
get
of
next
manager
season?
And who's available? That's
You know
the
they'll
thing.
and
try and
that's
get
the
it.
thing is you
There's
have to
no
look at
one really
availability, and
available.
I mean,
You know they'll
Jose
try and get it.
Mourinho's probably the final roll of the dice I can
Yeah,
see.
but
maybe.
again, we don't
Hands
want
off.
to do that.
You know what they're
mate.
going to try and do? They're going to try and go for our manager. I'll tell you.
Well, he's an ex-PSG player as well.
Listen,
Yeah.
Was on loan.
I will love
Probably,
it,
yeah.
and I think you deserve
But they won't get him.
do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
They won't
Arteta,
get him.
yeah.
This summer, I will love it. He was PSG before he was Arsenal.
Yeah.
I
He
would
was
love to
actually,
see that.
yeah, he was.
No, I'm telling you
He
now.
was.
I would love
they
to see
will,
that.
They will.
That's
I'm
not happening
'Cause I-
anytime soon. They'd be silly.
No,
No,
it's
that
bro,
because-
he's happy to. What if I was
He is.
Arteta? I would
He's
stay
a
at
little too
Arsenal
happy.
and
Although,
coach in the Premier League,
what
mate.
if they,
Trust me.
what
but-
if they somehow
Zidane.
bottled the title though?
Huh?
What if they bottled the title somehow?
Oh, then he might
Arsenal
change.
fan base
Yeah,
rile up behind him. They're like, we don't want
Trust the
Arteta.
pro-
We've
Trust
got
the process,
A
trust the
shout in here
process.
for manager from Axel Blaze. Zidane is made to manage.
No, but
PSG.
Zidane already refused.
He
They
said,
pushed. They
"Hell
tried
no."
many times.
Why has he
Zidane was
refused?
waiting on the French national team job to be available, which was his main focus, I'd say. But yeah, and again, remember Zidane. He's a gaffer that needs decision power, and the problem we keep having at PSG is that gaffers don't have any form of decision power in recruitment, even sometimes picking up the starting 11.
Oh.
The big guys upstairs, Qatar, the owners are pretty much deciding everything. So it's really frustrating for a manager when you join a club. And imagine our gaffer benching Messi or Neymar because they're not performing and playing a youngster instead. It's
Yeah.
not going to happen.
No.
If it was another, look how Pep is behaving at Man City. He has so many options as well. But if you want to bench the big names, even Kevin De Bruyne, or the owner's not going to say anything. He has full trust,
Yeah,
and that is not the case at PSG.
yeah.
That's why managers there refuse to join. That's why Carlo Ancelotti left the club. he's not been sacked.
Too
He
much
decided to
outside
leave.
interference.
Yeah. I think
I wonder if that is.
we missed
a lot
that on
of time
Carlo
what we have
Ancelotti a
at
lot.
Chelsea as well, to be honest. There's too much now. Too much new
Oh,
manager.
Clear it
involved.
now.
Right. That was poor.
So yeah, it's about the structure, the culture at the club, rather than the gaffer itself. To be fair, so you see that we got rid of. If we're getting kicked out tonight, I think the owners will get rid of Galtier.
I'll tell you what I've noticed though since the start of the second half is that Bayern are pretty much in complete control now.
Yeah, 100%.
The first half was very even, but since the second half started,
Yeah.
Bayern are in the ascendancy.
Spurs
Yeah,
kicked
Bayern
off
are all
as
over
well.
it, aren't they? Here now with a corner. Alphonso Davies, I think, has performed extremely well as well in this.
Kingsley Coman as well.
Isn't you got one of your players in playing for Milan? Tomorrow, he's playing. Isn't he?
Yeah, I was about to say that because he didn't play
I've
in
not
the
seen
first
much of him
leg.
today.
And I'm not going to lie to you, I've not been watching this game at all.
I don't blame you. Ain't been much to
How
see,
has
to be
Tomori
fair.
played? Because he's
I was speaking to one of my AC Milan
Milan.
friends. He was saying that this year he has dipped the levels from what he was last year. But I think you could say that for probably a lot of the AC Milan squad this season. I think Theo Hernandez, Manyan's been injured. There's been a lot of kind of performances because obviously they're not competing for the title this year. But yeah, for me, I don't think Tomori is a player though who you should write off. In all honesty, I think he's a quality player. He showed that last year. I think he showed great strength to leave Chelsea and actually back yourself and say, do you know what? A club like
there's
Milan.
that pressure.
There we go.
Offside, no?
True point.
Yeah, I told you.
There he goes.
you.
You said he was going to do it.
I told you, I knew it.
What did I
Fuck's
say?
sake, man.
If you can do it
Fuck's
on a
sake,
cold
man.
Tuesday night in Stoke,
You can do it anywhere,
Fuck's
baby.
sake, man, I knew it.
Anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Stuart, I don't want to rub salt into the wound, but that was well deserved from them.
100%.
They rode a goal.
they deserved that for the
Yeah.
second half. Yeah.
Plus, what the defender did is
He got
is just
dispossessed
awful, like,
Playing out
yeah,
from the
is
back.
that's Marco.
That is silly.
Do you know what? That's
But you know
typical.
what?
That's
But-
typical of him. He likes taking risks for nothing.
No,
and
but
he's
you know
been
what? I
lucky for
blame the
years.
person who passed it
If you
to
do
him.
this in the Champions League, you're
No,
getting
no,
rusted.
no,
There
no,
you go.
Stuart, I disagree. Blame the person who passed him. He
I
had his
think-
back
Yeah,
to
Nuno
him.
Mendes. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
risky
Played
pass.
him in a dangerous
He
area.
played, yeah, exactly. He can't
But then
do
also,
that.
I
Oh,
think
that's El Shaddai. Yeah, sorry.
he's a youngster from the academy as well, isn't he? He's like 17, isn't he?
I'm not blaming
Jeez.
the guy that got dispossessed. I'm blaming the guy that played him the ball. In that position, you don't do that, bro.
Mullah.
Muller. Yeah, we've got a comment in here about Muller actually. Who will replace Muller after he retires? Because he's, what is it, 300 goal contributions he's had in the Bundesliga?
For me, players like that, irreplaceable, man.
Well, they managed to make it work without Lewandowski, and he was at the origin of probably 90% of their goals. So he will be replaced, and he's replaceable. Everyone is replaceable.
And let's be honest,
not,
Stuart.
not Thomas Muller, man. Thomas Muller's one of those players for me. He brings the intangibles.
Plus
he brings the things you can't
the attitude.
quantify.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, you couldn't tell me Muller has world-class finishing, dribbling,
No.
crossing, passing, but some way, somehow, he finds a way to make himself effective. Every single
his,
time.
That's it, his goal, like his goal involvement in
Yeah.
whatever aspect of it.
And he's not like we were saying with Richarlison earlier, where if you don't have a standout trait, that means you're just a shithouse. Muller's not a shithouse. Muller's still quality. Do you know what I mean? But
How old is he now?
I think he's like
Is he
32.
33?
Who's just coming on for
about there.
Spurs?
He's been
Who's
around
coming
for
on
years.
Spurs?
Yeah,
No, he's
33.
quality, 100%.
Pedro Porro's coming on for Spurs now,
I said 3-1,
which
yeah?
probably
So
means
3-1, so
I'm
we need
still-
3 extra goals from you lot.
From Mbappe.
From Manchester Mbappe.
he's been fairly quiet today, hasn't he?
We've got
He
a comment
has.
here for you, Stuart. Why did you sell all of the academy players like Nkuku, Coman?
Oh,
What? We had that conversation, yeah? Remember? Coman and Kuku and
gotta say, he's
many
been
others.
disappointing, hasn't he?
Perisic.
We got rid of them because the culture at the club was
expected
that
more
we
from
did
him.
not trust our academy
is Mbappe?
players. I don't.
Oh,
well done.
Look at that
That's
pace.
it.
Oh, that was a good ball as well. Eh?
Follow up quicker, guys. That's slow.
Go on then.
Because I don't know, like I'm the first one to complain about this, to be fair, because I mentioned earlier to Laurie that the pool of talent we have in the Paris region is crazy. It's the second pool of talent after Brazil. It's just, you can't even imagine the amount of players in all the leagues that are coming from the Paris region.
Yeah.
It's insane. I think we should focus on this and the strategy of the club to pay, sorry about my French, shitloads of money for Sergio Ramos or these kind of players. And it wasn't a free transfer actually, but
When you think just focus on
Great goal!
Oh!
What a save!
What a save.
I was
Jan
bigging up.
Sommer,
I was
man.
bigging up Jan Sommer before, you know, at the start. I said to Stuart, he's great. That looked like a goal. Great header
That
by
is
his right.
vintage Ramos there as well, man.
Great save.
Set piece demon.
And you know what I like about that save as well? He pushed it away. A lot of the time you see keepers push it back
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
park for the striker.
Push it into trouble, innit?
Yeah, he pushed it away. That's a great save.
Oh, nutmeg there. That's not a foul. Come on, man.
Brahim Diaz.
Oh,
Down.
God.
What happened?
What's that
Brahim
first
Diaz
touch,
clattered
mate?
by Emerson Royale, who's gone over to the left-hand
that's
side
awful,
now that
Coutinho.
Pedro Porro's come on.
Probably do have taken him out for this game.
Oh, that's deliberate.
He scored the first goal. He scored the goal in the first
Yeah.
leg.
That's
so,
deliberate, you know that.
Give him a little something.
Do you know
Got to let
he's
him know you're there,
hungry?
you know what I mean? You know them ones. You've been there, Laurie.
That's a booking now, surely. Did he get booked? Did he get booked?
Nah, I think it's just a walk.
Should have.
Oh, they got another man down, Junior Messias. Funny enough,
You know what, Stuart, I
that
don't
guy,
see you
Junior
going through,
Messias,
mate.
You know, he
Yeah.
used to be a bin man in Brazil
Really?
Who
before he
did?
became Junior Messias. Very, very
Yeah?
interesting story, and was actually playing 4th division Italian football only a few years ago, and then scored on his Champions League debut. Yeah, actually has one of like
Mental.
the best stories
Oh my God.
in terms of like come up. Incredible. Look it
Safe
up on
man, man.
Is he from
Wikipedia if
Brazil,
you're at
yeah?
home.
That's incredible.
Yeah. They're saying Messi who? Listen, Junior Messias. Yeah? We're taking the whole name and running with it.
There he is, Tomori.
I mean, if you brought in Messi to win games like this, didn't you? I mean, you didn't bring Messi in to win the French Farmers League.
Whoa. Some respect.
You winding me up.
Respect.
No. I'm used to it with Laurie. He's winding me up. I'm not having it, and I know he knows football
No, but
properly.
on a serious note, but you didn't bring Messi in
50%
to
of
win.
his AFTV team, footballers are all coming from the Paris.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's talking about. Yeah.
No, but
And they're doing
seriously,
really well.
on a serious note, though,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
very disappointing if they go out. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
because
Yeah.
the amount of money you spent, you didn't bring Neymar and Messi in to win the French league, did you? You brought them in for nights like this, and if they go out, even though it's the Bayern who are a top team, it's still disappointing. in
he
my
is
view.
still disappointing, but at the same time, we have the
It's not-
capacity, we have the tools to get qualified.
Oh!
Jan Sommer's pulling off some big
Yeah.
It's not
saves.
over.
man.
It's not over, mate.
It
It's
was-
not over. Right,
As long as you have
66
Kylian.
minutes.
It's not
Yeah.
over.
It's never over as long as you have
It
Kylian.
isn't. It's literally not over. We've seen a lot of goals last
sorry,
minute.
Leroy.
Leroy, sorry, yeah.
Hey, that hair is slicked back as well, boy. Fucking hell.
But yeah, Laurie, the money well, you can say the same for Man City then. They haven't won the Champions League yet.
But the league is a lot stronger in this country comparatively to
And?
the French league.
And don't you think the owners, they spend that much money just to win the Premier League every season?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. However, I think the argument is more stronger for
PSG because of the French League.
yeah. With respect to you and the French league, it's not that strong as far as PSG are concerned.
Yeah, but look, domestically,
Oh, it's coming off.
Choupo-Moting, yeah, good. We've been
took that
kicked
well,
out
you know.
from the French Cup by Marseille recently. We were kicked out of the French Cup by Nice last season as well. We brought that gaffer because we thought he was having the experience and the skills to make us win everything domestically.
Sane.
And even domestically, we have struggled recently. So don't rule out the other clubs in France, you know.
No, I'm not
there's
saying there's no
competition
good teams
in the
there. I'm
French
just
league,
saying
but-
that. I mean, let's be honest. Before Messi and co rocked up, you were winning that league every year anyway, which is the point I'm making.
Well, we lost the league
Yeah.
To Monaco, Lille.
Montpellier.
No, that's exactly
Yeah,
the point you're
Montpellier.
making. The fact that they didn't
see?
bring him in to win that league.
Well,
yeah,
tell them.
It
that
was
you
the
brought
Champions-
him in to win
It's
the
not
Champions
obviously.
League.
I'm not going to argue that the Premier League is the best league in the world and the competition. The Premier League is amazing, and really entertaining, even mid-table as well, and bottom table. But
Lorient.
look at the Bundesliga. It's pretty much Bayern or
Oh, yeah.
Borussia Dortmund
Yeah.
every year.
No, Dortmund haven't won it in 10 years, man.
Yeah, Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's
it's dangerous.
La Liga is the
Give
same.
it to Sane.
Bayern
It's
or
on the counter.
Real Madrid or
Go
Barca.
on, when's he going to pass it to him?
Pass it earlier.
And again.
It's got to be passed
Wrong,
that earlier.
wrong option.
Wow.
That is poor by Sane.
Good bit of recovery.
The thing is,
there,
it is such an unlucky draw for you, this, because, like,
At this stage, I don't think there's a lucky draw, to be fair.
I definitely think you could have got luckier than this.
Yeah, but we played Bayern last season, and our record against Bayern is not too bad, to be fair. So we passed that stage where we were afraid of them.
You could have had easier draws.
Yeah, of course, but it's always like this.
Well, we've got Pluggy Steele here who's saying that the final is going to be between Bayern, Madrid, Napoli.
I agree with the Napoli part.
Oh, look, Harry Kane's gone over.
What, no City involved?
I don't know. I just have a feeling Napoli are going to be at the final. There's just, I don't know, Nostradamus-esque feeling.
But yeah,
I just think they've got a potent
strong
number
side.
9. They've got Krisha, who's kind of that X-factor player who can create something out of nothing. They've got a solid defence, a tactically flexible manager.
This is
and then
dangerous, you know.
And then I look at the
Really good
landscape of Europe. I don't see any real kind of standout team that's making a real strong claim for the Champions League, except Madrid, really, in their kind of heritage and
What about Man
experience.
City?
Man
that's
City,
what I'm saying,
you
it's
look at their
gotta be.
form this season, though, would you say they're stronger than they were last year for the Champions League
Don't
title?
have to be.
Same.
I get
Yeah,
it, and
pretty
that
much
is the
the
beauty
same,
of the
yeah.
Champions League, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I can look at Man City and say, yeah, they're definitely going to be the winners.
I
this year.
don't think you can ever rule Man City out in terms of
The missing
especially
piece
with
of the puzzle arrived recently, and it
I'm
was
just
a
saying,
proper
I don't
number
know
9.
who-
So
It could be City that they play, but all I
I think-
know is
I-
I think Napoli will be.
I think City will
some way,
win.
somehow, they will get there.
I think City will win it, and I
Yeah.
want City to win it because it
No,
means
my
that they will
money's
take
on
the
City,
focus off the
100%.
Come on, Pedro Porro. He rattled a crossbar with a free kick. We haven't had a free kick taker at this club since Christian Eriksen. Please!
That was terrible. Not only that, haven't you got any left-footed players that could have taken it? Because to me, that's a left-foot.
can't believe that, man.
To be fair, Perisic confuses me because he takes corners with his right foot sometimes, and I don't know what foot Perisic is, to be fair.
Talking about City, and whilst we're watching these games, Cancelo moving over to Bayern.
Apparently, he's not that happy at Bayern Munich as well. I
Would
heard.
you be when you leave City and then don't get started at Bayern? Why is he not getting started?
To be fair,
weird,
though,
isn't
he
it?
should have looked at Bayern and seen that they've got Alphonso Davies and like Mazraoui came in over the summer.
Then why bring him in then? Why would they do that?
He fell out
Just
with
to put
Pep,
him on
though,
the
didn't
bench?
I think they're looking at it like we're just bolstering our
Yeah.
quality options. Like
Yeah,
from a
good
Bayern
backup,
perspective,
yeah, good
it's
backup,
right.
yeah.
For him, he should have been looking at that and
But
thinking.
it's only a loan move, though, isn't it?
It is, and the thing is, I
Oh,
think
he's in.
there's a fee of 60 million
Is it?
included in it. So I don't know if Bayern will take it up, but for me, he should have been examining his options. I think his best bet would have been just staying at City. He threw his toys out of the pram for
Yeah,
no
he did,
reason, in my opinion. I think he had a strop or an attitude issue.
You
with
know what it
Pep or
is, right?
whatever it
I
was.
can tell you exactly what happened there.
Go on, you tell me.
Go on, Laurie on the
You know
inside.
exactly what it is, yeah.
I know
tell
the
us.
dynamics
Some
was.
inside info coming out. Everyone get your pen and paper ready.
I haven't got inside info. It's just human behavioural context.
Yeah.
Pep dropped him. He got the
Rico Lewis came in, wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah, and then Pep said, "Look, mate, if you don't like it, go." And he said, "Yeah, okay, I'll go then." And then he said, "Right, you want to go? Right, okay." And he's gone there on loan. He's not left City.
Yeah, he's on loan because
He's on
yeah,
loan.
yeah.
I agree
Go
with
on.
that as well. I don't think Pep minces his words as well. He's
Yeah,
not one of those
Pep
managers
saying, look,
who
if you-
caters to egos or anything like
Yeah,
that. If you're
especially at a time when it was a little bit indifferent at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Pep is not going to tolerate anybody not towing the line.
He's the boss.
And
He's
also,
gonna- yeah.
like he knows what he's got, and
Yeah.
if you don't want to be in that team 1,000%
Yeah.
and want to work harder
Jog
to earn
on,
your
the door
place,
is open.
then he's not
course.
going
I mean,
even
he's
look
not
at-
going to pander to anyone's egos. Let's just put it that way.
I
Don't
mean,
you think?
De Bruyne has been left out on a number of occasions.
Try something.
Pep does that all the time.
Does.
He rotates his players in and out. You'll see Bernardo in
Awful.
for 6 months, out for 6 months. You'll see Grealish in for 6 months, out for 6 months. Mahrez in, Mahrez out. And that's, I feel like, what
turnover
keeps the
is
City
crazy.
players
On
on
their
their
toes.
toes. Yeah, that's what maintains that high standard and quality.
Yeah, I
See,
completely.
they stop believing now. Kylian, all of them.
Come on, 60 minutes now. Can we get
Even
some
the
Their
guy-
starters?
manager
as
kind
well.
of looks a bit like Ten Hag, don't you think?
Yeah. Ten Hag discount store.
I must say, Conte doesn't
Ten
even
Hag
look.
from- what's that company
You're
called?
used to seeing Conte on the sidelines, looking animated,
Yeah.
energized. He don't even look like.
He's livid.
Who's
now.
that?
Conte. Your gaffer was really
That's what I'm
All the
saying. I think the
gestures and
illness.
lively on the sideline.
Yeah,
but
but
now-
is it because he's still feeling slightly under the weather, or has that been all season? Has he been because
The
he's a
body
manager that
language
wears
not
his heart
great.
on the sleeve, and he's not doing that.
For me, I don't know. I think his body language has been the same. He's still just seen it as a madman on the touchline. Look, you can
No, but
see him
he's-
there at the bottom of your screen there. Like, for me,
Yeah,
Conte,
true, yeah.
Conte is one of those people, he's an emotional guy. Whether he's seen a contract out or not, I think he is all in emotionally anyway.
He
But
doesn't seem as
it's-
energized as he normally is.
what do you want him to do?
No, I do feel like when you've seen a
Dance
couple of
around on the
close-ups
tables?
of him now, whereas last season he was giving it the old.
Do you know what it is? It's it's when you're winning. When you're winning, the energy is always a little bit more positive. This season, it hasn't been as positive.
Yeah.
Despite us being fourth, we're not fourth because we're good. We're fourth because everyone around
How
us is
the
bad.
hell you're fourth?
No,
It
they,
just-
You tell me, as a Chelsea man.
yeah, you know why they're fourth? Because Liverpool fell off a cliff, but now they're climbing
Chelsea
back
have
up
fell
that
off a
cliff again.
Newcastle have decided now all of a
Look
sudden
at this,
the last
look
6
at
weeks
this.
they want
He's
to
in.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
this.
sad. That's
Look
sad.
at this.
Hey,
Oh my days.
That was poor,
Harry
though.
Kane! Oh, go on then. Hey, that's
There we go.
Go on. Release it, man. Oh, go on.
Oh, it's
That's
a
good.
shot
That's
anyway.
good. Hey, whoa, he's
Well,
back in
Mark
goal.
Mignon is back,
Whoa.
mate. Mark Mignon is back.
Oh,
Mark
because they
Mignon
had
is back, mate.
Tatarusanu
Yeah.
in the first leg.
Yeah. Nah, he's a
Mignon's
quality
back.
keeper, mate.
Oh, Hojberg.
Look, what did I tell you?
Warren.
Warren Zaire-Emery.
16 years old, yeah. Hey, listen, let us know in the comment
16.
section, what were you doing
Doing
at
at
16,
16 years
please?
old, yeah.
Because we got a young brother here playing Champions League knockout stages
Yeah.
versus Bayern Munich.
He looks older than 16.
Yeah.
What were you doing at 16, Laurie? I know it's a bit...
I would like
We have to go back in time.
studying for my exams, probably.
There you go.
I actually did an edit the other day on the Premier League's top 10 youngest ever goal scorers.
Okay.
And I was looking at the ages, like 10 of them under 18.
Mad.
16, 16, 16,
Mad.
and the rest of them 17. It was crazy. It was like the commentary I won't even forget as well on the Rooney goal.
The Everton one.
16-year-old Wayne Rooney.
Madness. Absolute
It's like
madness.
introducing.
Oh, he lost it. That's poor defending.
Sane, too
Oh,
sloppy.
penalty.
No.
Casual, no,
Not
that
at
was a
all.
great
Not
tackle. Great
Laurie,
tackle.
man, why are you doing this to
It
me?
looked like it
Please.
could have been a penalty.
I was playing FIFA 94. What were you doing
Dang.
at 16? At school?
16, that was, I just left school. I was starting college, actually, doing electrical engineering. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
thought someday I'd be an engineer that changes the
We
world.
got the ball, mate. Easy. That's clear. Crystal clear. What you?
I don't know, man.
I
Nah,
thought
that
the
was a
Premier
beautiful
League was
tackle,
a
man.
bit physical, and this is soft, Laurie, from
Come
you.
on, man, you're talking about an
Premier
Arsenal
League
fan who
soft,
complains about
isn't it?
referee decisions every 2 seconds.
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not one of those fans that do that
Yeah.
much. No, seriously, I'm not.
Got a comment here from Glover. Conte is like the girl, you're. Hold on.
Wait,
Conte is like the girl.
He's comparing you to a girl, yeah? Okay.
huh? That's not making
I don't
sense,
know
bro.
about that. Fuad, it's just your turn to enjoy the ride. Appreciate him, B.
Fairs.
I think he's saying
That's the
you're
foul.
punching.
But that
punching
will,
for.
I think every Spurs fan would have said that when Conte walked in, we were punching above what we should have been getting at that time, because you got to remember we just sacked Nuno Espirito Santo
He was a poor appointment,
but
though.
trying to hire about 20 different managers. Do you remember
Why did
Paulo
you appoint
Fonseca
Nuno?
and all of that? Huh?
Why did you appoint Nuno?
Because we couldn't,
strange.
because we tried to get Conte in the summer and he
That
was
was
out of
so
our
random,
budget.
I remember,
And then we
yeah.
hired Nuno because it was
Yeah.
like, hey, we can get Jose without the medals and charisma, essentially. So
He's no
Who's
Jose.
Leah Williamson?
She plays for Arsenal.
she plays for England,
captain.
England
Why,
women's
what's that?
captain.
Women's football is not.
Nah,
At
yeah,
first
yeah.
glance, I thought she was. It's really bad, but I need to watch more women's football.
She's a captain.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? There is a resemblance.
I was
there,
going to
actually.
say that, yeah.
Really?
So now that someone's mentioned it, I'm
Show her
like,
the
I need
picture.
to
let me
see. I need
Show her a
to see.
picture of Leah Williams.
Am I going to be offended?
No, you won't be offended. No, Leah Williams is a very, very attractive girl.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah,
Cheekbones,
I see it, I see it.
private.
See that picture? Yeah. You can see the.
Yeah,
there
yeah,
is. There is something.
Blonde
there.
hair.
But I'll
helps as
take
well.
that. Yeah, it's the.
Yeah.
I think I need a tan if that's what people are thinking. Get myself back out on holiday.
Hey, MSN, please give me end product here. Oh, go on. He has, but no one's there.
But didn't he look up before he made that?
and he passed it to the one area where there was no Spurs player. I noticed that. I wanted to give him some credit, you see. I'm trying to be positive here.
Because he had time. You know
He
what I
did.
mean? I'd say that was a poor execution, to be honest.
I just honestly, what is going on in this game? I don't feel. I feel like you guys have had a couple of chances,
Oh!
but nothing's
Harry
happened.
Kane near post header there, man. He was about to kiss the floor there.
He was.
Why didn't he try and shoot, though? Put his foot to
He
it.
was just going with the momentum. He probably thought that was coming to his head initially and then just went,
Yeah.
all right, then I'll go with it.
Oh my
Look
days,
at
they're
it.
dominating.
Oh, yeah, he would have been better off going with his foot there,
just
man.
swing a leg at that, didn't
We
you?
are
Probably
getting
goes
our
in.
Far
now.
off, though, man.
You're not thinking now, especially Kane
Richarlison
knows he's
coming
given up
on.
another trophy. This should be where he's putting in.
If you ever need a goal,
everything.
you bring on Richarlison.
No, you bring on bloody Danjuma, man. Give us some creativity. Give us some X factor.
He's
Give
been
us
a
a
massive
little bit-
flop, hasn't
Oh.
Who, Richarlison?
he? Yeah. Come on.
Here's the thing, yeah, is
He's
I
been
would
a
have said the
massive
first
flop.
half before the World Cup, yeah, he was being played right wing out of position, and then there was spells as well where he was out injured. So I think in the first half, calling him a flop would have been harsh. Having seen in the second half now where he's actually getting minutes in his preferred positions, still not able to deliver.
Has he even got a goal this season?
He scored in the Champions League versus Marseille. He got 2 goals, and I think in the FA Cup he got 1 as well.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
But it's a
hasn't
poor
scored,
return
hasn't scored
for
in the
a guy
Premier League.
this
Yeah,
sort of-
100%. £60 million when you've paid that, or is it 50 million up front, 10 million in clauses? But still, no good, man. No good.
Stuart, 3 goals you still think are going to
We're
happen
playing
in
backwards.
the next
We
10?
don't know what to do with the ball.
I think it's fair to say you're going out. You're not going to score
No,
3
no.
goals in 10 minutes, Stuart. Or even
why
2.
Not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not?
Unless
never
this
know,
man
man.
here pulls something out by himself.
Corner kick. Why not?
Not today. You're just not playing. The second half, it's been all Bayern, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Messi, I think I've seen him twice in our game.
Believe, hope, mate, hope. Always.
Yeah, you've got to believe it for it to
Yeah.
happen, but
But he got
I
to play
don't
some
think it's gonna
football for it to happen as well.
yeah. You can believe what you like, as
Yeah,
long as you get
exactly.
touch on the
You
ball.
It's okay.
We could say we
Twice.
believe all we
Sorry,
want.
Stuart.
Eketite!
And who are they bringing on?
Is it Renato?
Look,
Mane.
there you
Bring
go.
Mane on.
Oh, they're bringing Mane on. Nice.
That
Nice.
Coutinho, you got to
End
say,
this game.
man, he had the chance
Put the
to.
ice on it now. And you lot are bringing
Yeah,
on
but phys-
Juan
phy-
Bernat.
physic- for,
Yeah, you look like Juan Bernat, actually.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
I'm short like him as well, to be fair.
Oh, he should have done better,
Rafael
Leo.
Leao.
He should have done better, shouldn't he?
Oh, Sadio Mane, no.
He's got to score that, you know.
Come on, you Spurs.
He had a good World Cup, didn't he, Leo?
It was all right. Off the bench, impact player.
Yeah.
Did what he needed to do.
Here comes Mane. Messiah's
Come
there.
on, Richie.
I think the thing is with Leao as well, you like, especially in the last game, you did just allow him too much time on the ball, don't you think?
Yeah.
He had, well, I think it was like
Oh!
Oh
nine,
my, again, Sergio Ramos. That was close.
9
Oh.
successful dribbles.
In the first leg.
first leg.
Yeah. Second half.
Like, how are you allowing him that much time on the ball? A player
Oh my
like
God.
that.
So close.
That was almost like before Emerson hit that purple patch of form. He was getting cooked on that side, and then, as I said, the right centre back was just getting dragged out of position. But second half, in the first leg, he definitely took over.
Yeah.
Kept him quiet so far. We need to keep it that way. To be fair.
I just want
We just
something
need
something
Yeah,
to happen
a little
in this game,
tonic.
just to spice it up, just to get everyone
Spurs
back
are
up a
looking-
little
Who's
bit.
Kulu?
Who's Kulu?
But
Who's
yeah,
Kulu?
Spurs, yeah, this half
Kulu,
Spurs have
come on.
definitely.
That's a
Yeah,
corner.
yeah.
Here we go.
Because you know what it
Come
is?
on!
Milan are doing that, the typical Italian catenaccio.
Yeah, trying to do we'll
We're
see
just
this out
defending
1-0.
it, yeah.
All right, we'll see you, bruv.
Got a comment here. Bayern is the opposite of Barcelona this year. They aren't as strong in the league this year as they are in the Champions League. They beat the best teams in their league but struggle with the worst. I think that's the same as you lot as well right now.
Who, Spurs?
Yeah.
I don't know if we've been that great in the
No, but
Champions
you
League. even,
beat
to be fair.
some of the best teams, and then you
Yeah.
can't beat the likes of Wolves.
Yeah, beating Chelsea, beating City, and then losing to Sheffield and Wolves. Richarlison already coming on, causing a headache, choking the keeper despite him trying to bless the situation.
He's shithouser in that one.
Oh man,
He is a.
Come on.
He is so
obnoxious.
Spurs.
look,
so
he
Spursy.
actually causes
Yeah, he did
the issue,
that.
What
and he's angry at the
fuck is
keeper.
that?
Look at this, look.
Man on, man.
Oh, that's an elbow.
Oh
As
no, man,
if.
that's silly.
He's-
That's
he's-
silly.
That is an elbow. He should be off for that.
Relax.
Come on.
Listen, let me
He's
take it
really
back, man.
sneaky like this, huh? He likes doing this.
This is what I'm saying. He's the king of shithousery, man. But the problem is,
He
him and
actually
Emi
is, he
Martinez. But the difference is, Emi Martinez actually wins things.
Oh,
Richarlison does.
sorry, Emi Martinez, won the World Cup, but since
Oh my God!
Emi Martinez gets way too much airtime. He's honestly,
He's a shithouse, man.
he's overrated just
Agreed.
because of what he did at the World Cup.
Yeah, you reckon?
100%.
The
100%.
Moroccan
I do think
keeper
he does
should have
I mean,
won
I've seen
the
him-
Golden Glove during
Yeah.
the
You
World
what?
Cup. The Moroccan keeper
Yeah.
should have won the Golden Glove.
Team of the tournament, yeah.
But he won the tournament, so I guess
Yeah.
that's what determined.
I was so
Fiba.
wanting France to win that World Cup because it wasn't just
It was
Martinez,
scripted,
but
bro,
There was a
like,
number of those
come on.
Argentinian players. Did you see when they beat Holland, the way they carried on then?
Yeah.
Disgusting,
Yeah.
man. Seriously.
Yo.
Do you remember, Laurie, when you texted me?
Yeah.
Hey, gone. That's too slow. That's the problem.
I really wanted France to win that World Cup. And not only that
No,
as well.
You didn't. Because
No, I did.
You wanted Messi still.
No. Even
Everyone
Messi-
wanted Messi to win. They didn't
And
want
that was why
Argentina
in
to
the
win.
end I wanted
They wanted
France
Yeah,
Messi
to
to
win.
win.
100%.
That was another reason why in the end I wanted
Not me.
France to win because they were just trying to set it up for him too much.
Thank
I think
you.
that game was just so good though. Whoever won it, would have deserved it from that game. To be honest, it was so good.
What's happened to Son this year, man?
Yeah, that's a foul.
He's apparently
I've
fallen
had
off
this
a cliff as
conversation
well, isn't
so
he?
many times. Honestly, it's one of those where, like,
How could you be such a good player and just fall off so
thing
dramatically
is,
like
it's,
this?
last year he got the
they're
golden
leaving
boot,
the
but if you
stadium
actually
because they
watched
think they
his
won.
90-minute performances, he wasn't actually influencing games very
Ah,
much.
my days. Look at that. Nabri and
Which is-
Cancelo.
Which is where I think the golden boot can sometimes skew the vision. I think Son's performances have been dropping over the last 18 months. Now we're just kind of seeing the culmination of a player who, in my opinion, is on the decline. You've kind of seen the best of him,
Really?
which
How
was
old is he?
consistently, he's 30 now, he's consistently
that
kind of put
old.
up 12 and 13 in goals and assists, and he gave you that kind of real golden boot last year, and that was kind of him hitting his
Oh.
peak, in my opinion.
Did you just suggest
But
that?
now he's on
Joao
that kind
Cancelo
of
coming
downward
on.
decline, but it's a shame it's happened.
Or
this
is it time
quickly.
for a move to resuscitate his career?
I feel like potentially that,
Here it
that
comes.
is it as
Reinforcing
well.
the defense.
Yeah.
Now when they're just going for the 1-0.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You might call me crazy for this year, and I thought about this.
Yeah.
I haven't
Parking
said it
the
on
bus, aren't
anywhere
they?
else
Yeah.
yet, but it's something I was thinking about when I was watching Martinelli the other day. But I look at Martinelli and his profile, how he plays, his dribbling
awful,
style,
like-
the way he takes his man on, the way he
That is
scores.
awful.
He
I mean-
actually reminds me of Son a lot. And I know Arsenal fans won't like to hear that. But for me, the way Martinelli plays, the way Son plays, same position, same dribbling styles, like it doesn't look easy on the eye, but they beat their man all the time. They've got this little shimmy where they get the feet out. A lot of their goals are kind of
quick turn of pace,
snapshots.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they've got that quick turn of pace. Like I'm like, yo, he is actually mini Son. But because Son plays for Spurs, no Arsenal fan would ever want to hear that or kind of think that comparison. But what do you think of that?
You know what? That's not out the woods. Yeah,
And Son is like a consistent player who
'Cause I
puts
do
up
rate
good
Son
numbers.
on-
Yeah, that's
yeah,
the thing as well.
yeah.
I think a lot of Arsenal fans would say they rate Son, but I think that's one kind of comparison that I just kind of looked at. I was like, I haven't heard that.
I
one
can
before.
see that. I can
Yeah.
see a little bit of that. Yeah. It would appear that Stuart,
Romero.
you're heading out, mate.
Are you laughing at me?
No, I'm not. Because to be
That was
honest.
so Roadman England.
Oh,
it was
look.
a joke.
What did he say?
Wait, you laughing at me?
Oh, Messi fluffed his lines there.
Is that Porro or
No,
Romero?
I think Romero's down.
Bloody hell, man.
I
Switch
don't know
it,
what
switch it.
happened.
Yeah,
I said to you, Stuart, I thought Bayern would win, but I actually wanted PSG to win, but because I'm such a big fan of Mbappe. But I did think that Bayern would close it out, and it looks like they're going to do that.
Well, first leg, second leg, they look,
Yeah.
they were just.
Red card, they're saying. Oh my God, he's got a red
Well
out.
done.
Red.
He's got
Can
a
we get
fucking red
replay
out.
of what happened? Did
Objectively.
you see it?
No, I caught that. I was
That
talking
was
about that
Come on,
comparison.
Juanito.
He's got the
Please
red
tell
card
me
out.
he's not waiting for Romero to get up to be sent off. Has Romero done one of
No.
these stupid moments?
He is crazy, though, isn't he?
Oh my God, this season, I swear to you, in too many big games,
on,
yeah, I've
run,
said
man,
to him,
you're
apart
fresh.
from the Chelsea game the other week, I said, every Big Six tie or big game we've had this season, he's almost been costing us with how overly aggressive and overly rash he's been.
And dare I say it, another Argentinian?
Like Lisandro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I love those types of centre-backs, man. Listen, those are my favourite breed of centre-backs.
Lisandro is not as bad as him, though, is he?
Oh, no, they're just as bad as each other.
No,
honestly.
no,
I
Lisandro's
think
not.
both of them... Lisandro was, in an interview last week, said, it's only because of the referee I wish I could kill my opponents.
Did he say that?
The man
Wow.
said he wants to kill his
Wow.
opponents,
What, he
but
said-
doesn't.
Oh!
But wait, but what was it
Oh,
about the
Gnabry!
referee in that? Oh!
2-0!
That was made in
Serge
Arsenal.
Gnabry!
They have well and truly sealed
Romero,
that now.
second yellow card, red card! Damn! It's all going off here.
Stuart.
Just
It's
came
all
in
going
as
on.
well.
Stuart, how are you
He
feeling?
was either
Absolutely
him or
stupid.
Sadio Mane for the next one, to be fair. So
Absolutely stupid.
the
man.
counter attack was
Yeah, that was
ruthless.
deadly. That was deadly. And that, I've got to say, I'm pleased for Gnabry, you know.
And Verratti stopped playing because he thought it was a foul on him, as usual. That's the beginning of the action, and it's clear from Kimmich. To be fair, there's no foul, so he completely stopped everything. Lost the ball again. He was at the origin of the previous goal. I think Verratti has been.
I've got to say it, man. In the second half, you guys have been
Oh
disappointing.
yeah, 100%. I said to you in the first half, we reached that level where we pushed, we missed out on too many occasions, and yeah, they have the
Even
experience
Donnarumma, he
and
dives
the-
too early.
Hmm.
And take that goat off you man's team, man. You know what I mean? You not look to take that, innit? Whoever's that
That's over,
sponsor,
man.
that goat
That's-
sponsor, you need to take that off, bro. Trust me.
At the beginning of the season, yeah, I'm to be fair, I'm super pissed off about that result, but that objectively, that's a fair result. They've been better
Yeah.
over the two legs, but I said to your brother, to Robbie, at the beginning of the season, he said, "What are you expecting for PSG this season in the Champions League?" I said, "If we reach the semi-final, I will be happy with that." He said, "Surely you're joking with what you have on paper or the players you have." I said to Robbie, like, we're lacking experience. The gaffer is new. Even the sporting director is new. All the players we have. That's what we expected, man.
It's disappointing,
It's
isn't it?
disappointing, but
I mean, you've gone out tonight. Doesn't even look like you're going to score at home. Not even a goal.
we're
Yeah, it's
really
not good enough,
away.
man. I
We
think
don't
that
have
manager might fall on his sword. What do you think?
But yeah. I think he
When do you reckon? Do
reaches-
you reckon that's a morning sacking, or are they
No.
giving him? No, they're giving him
end of the season.
end of the season.
Yeah.
I bet you any money. I've said it
Might score
before.
another one.
Oh, he's in. He's in.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh.
great save by Donnarumma.
Good save.
I'll tell you now, I told you, didn't I? They will, regardless of whether Arsenal win the league or not, they will approach Arsenal to
Arteta.
try and get Arteta. He used to play for PSG.
Yeah. He was on loan, for one season, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not
Um,
going. He's never going.
no.
No, he won't go, but that's
no.
what they will try and do. They'll
They
try
can
and
have
do
their
it.
conversation.
We have the
but
financial power to afford him, but from a football perspective,
Divock
I'd say
Origi.
Arteta. That you look, he got rid of
Last time we saw
Aubameyang.
him,
He got
Champions League
rid
final.
of all the egos in the dressing room because he was too complicated to manage. How come he can manage all those egos in the PSG squad? There's no way he's gonna be able to do that. He needs players that are.
No, I don't think he'll leave Arsenal anyway, but
No,
I'm
he
saying
won't,
I
he
think
won't.
PSG will definitely try it, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
but
not gonna
Arsenal
happen.
is perfect for him. They're a young
Exactly.
team. They
Exactly.
listen. They've bought
Yeah,
into
why
him.
would he want to
Exactly.
leave?
Yeah, why would you want to
would he
leave?
wanna
He's
Exactly.
proving himself at Arsenal now. It would be a stupid move. Yeah, not even.
Oh, look,
A
I told
three!
you.
Oh.
Almost.
Oh, someone also just called Mane for a third in the comments, so that would have been good. London Nomad said last season Xhaka with a lot of reds, Romero picking up the slack this season. We actually just watched back the incident that got him.
Absolutely stupid, man.
Sent
I
off
was
there.
I was just literally just saying, like, there's a difference between being like an aggressive defender and using.
You've got to
your
lose a bit of
strength.
nous, yeah.
But there's using your brain, and there's having the bozo gene as well. He is now starting to fall into the latter for me. It's,
I mean, John Terry, right?
Too many times
he was
you-
a bit of a shithouse, but
Yeah.
he used that for the most
100%.
part.
You've got to use it right, and I just feel like this season, too many times, opponents are taking advantage of him being that aggressive. They know he's going to be overzealous in the tackle, so they're just baiting him out enough. And I'm sorry, that tackle there, the guy's on a touchline going absolutely nowhere. There's no need to come in knee high, flying in like that. It's just a
Yeah.
stupid challenge.
And to be fair,
In a game like this as well, especially.
exactly.
0-0,
Finely
second
balanced.
half, still to play 1-0 down on aggregate.
Yeah.
Disgraceful. You've actually cost your team now if we go out in this, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. That was poor by Harry Kane.
Yeah, I would agree with that because I do.
it's free.
There we go, it's a third.
Sadio.
Is it?
No, it's
Sadio.
No, it disallowed it.
Give it a
disallowed
green. Yeah, I was going to say.
Offside,
I think you'd be
Well,
more
they had
happy if it
two.
was
They had 2 goals disallowed. Huh? It's the second
This is
one.
poor though by PSG.
Sanchez coming
man.
on. Who's gone on?
Yeah, but they completely gave up, mate. You
Is
can
it?
tell. Like, yeah. They know it's dead. They know it's dead in the
A
head.
team
They know
like
it's
that
dead. They
with
just
Messi,
wanna go home now.
Ramos, all those big names, and you're giving up. Nah, man, that's not
Hollywood
right.
FC. I told you, that's not football.
Yeah,
like,
it's not, it's not. But Bayern, they're starting to look good.
They look really good.
And I'm starting to think that whoever beats them probably wins the Champions League. They look good.
Yeah.
The only team that can really match them is City, I think. What do you think?
Who?
Real Madrid as well.
Bayern?
Real
Oh, yeah,
Madrid.
sorry, Real, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
Real
I
Madrid.
was going to say, don't you dare discount Real
Leo,
Madrid.
Yeah,
Leo's
Real
in.
No, he's not. What a recovery tackle. What a block. Good bit of defending there. But then there's
Then he goes
nothing
inside.
on the counter.
Who's onside?
He's
Sadio
onside.
Mane?
He's onside.
That goal?
He's
Oh, no.
onside. He's onside.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's going to be given.
No,
3-0.
that's Serge Gnabry. That's the second
was the
one.
goal, yeah,
That's
yeah.
not the Sadio Mane goal. Yeah.
Fix up UEFA.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
was that coming in then? The second goal?
Yeah.
But
Why
is
they
it
showing
me?
that
But
now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Going
They're
out
late.
to Milan, that's very underwhelming.
Mate, it's lame. I know they're Italian champions and all of that, but this season they have been
Yeah.
miles off.
No,
They've
sorry,
had players
but-
missing.
No.
And this
It's
is,
over.
but
It's
on the
over.
other side, you do have to look at it. Do
Game
we
over.
deserve to be quarterfinalists? Can you honestly say Tottenham are in the best 8 teams in the Champions League this year?
No.
Hell no.
But like Chelsea beat them twice in the Champions League season so far, and look at how we're performing. Like you guys should have done better than.
But the thing is, with Chelsea, you can look at that squad and still see
my
that there's
days.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Was he trying to attack
Yeah,
us?
he
invader.
tried to attack Messi. Yeah.
pitch invader.
Yeah, I tried to punch him in the face.
No way.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, give
Ramos
us a
don't
replay.
care.
Messi's thinking.
He's
you know
not trying to punch him, man. He's
No,
just trying to get a
it's-
selfie.
Well, it
man.
looked like, or maybe.
He's trying to get a selfie.
Why do people do
That
such
was-
stupidness?
Messi. What happened?
Was that a PSG fan then? It must have been.
Must have been. But
No,
what's he
why-
going to
no,
do? Take
why?
a picture of you if they've just
It's a
been beaten?
Messi fan, which is not the same thing.
Yeah.
Everyone is a Messi
Yeah.
fan, right?
Everyone's a Messi fan.
Are they?
You not?
I am.
Fuad, I know you.
All right, Stuart. That's it. That's your
That's it,
Champions
it's
League
over.
campaign over.
So I
Embarrassing.
was full of hope. I'm usually a bit negative, to be fair, so I'm not disappointed. But I saw what happened with Chelsea yesterday, and I was like, you know what? Why not us? You know, even if we're playing away,
yeah, if
it's just
Chelsea,
1-0.
Why not us?
Yeah, and the away goal rule is no longer applicable. I was like, that might be the year
Yeah.
for a comeback. We're suffering comebacks year
Oh,
in,
look.
year out all the time. I said it might be us this season, but
Oh look, he still got it.
Appreciate
Look at
they're gonna score. They're gonna score.
Oh.
No, they're not.
Wow!
the positivity is definitely there,
didn't
but
appreciate that,
unfortunately
did you?
not
That was balling
manifested.
out.
Choupo-Moting scored second leg, and Kingsley Coman first leg. Ex-PSG players. There's a curse around that club. I don't know what's going on. The strategy is crap. What you see is does not make any sense. We need to change everything. We need to change everything. It's not working. It's not.
I've got to say, in that second
not
half, you
working.
were very
I'm sorry,
disappointed.
it's not working.
No, it's not.
Yeah, go on, say it.
When you say it's not working, yeah, what do you mean? The culture
At a
of the
European
club?
level, the culture at the club, yeah.
Oh, great.
The
defense.
The
players-
culture at the club.
thing is-
Actually, from an
A result,
attitude
a result
perspective,
like
it
a result
was-
like tonight, though. Can you blame that on the culture of the club? Because I feel like the players have to be held accountable as well.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
what he's talking
and I
about.
know,
Yeah.
and I know, like
That's what he's talking
Neymar's
about.
missing
Yeah,
or
exactly,
whatever,
yeah.
but like Messi brought in solely for the Champions League. Let's be honest, a performance like tonight's.
No, but Fuad, with
fingerprints.
respect, that's the very point he's making.
Yeah.
The
No, but
culture
yeah,
is
No, but
wrong.
I
the
get-
culture is he's right. Because Fuad is right because the culture is deeper than the players.
I get that, yeah.
Yeah, so
but
he's right in saying that the
Okay.
players need to be accountable
the
tonight,
players
especially.
can't just now go back on the plane and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, look, listen, we're a squad
No.
of prima donnas,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm sorry, we need more superstars to join us. I'm sorry,
No.
You can't do
Agreed.
that. You have. These are world-class players. These are some of the
Agreed.
best players. Hakimi, we're talking about best right back in the world. Donnarumma, goalkeeper of the tournament at the Euros.
I know.
You look at that centre-back options that they have: Kimpembe, Marquinhos, Ramos. Like, these are world-class players. They should not be getting absolutely dumped on by Bayern Munich, who, as some of the comments were saying, haven't been that great this season.
No.
We're getting battered by Borussia Mönchengladbach. Sorry, you could have maybe taken a note from them or something. So for
true.
me, it's like there has to be almost like a conversation had on the players, the culture of the club, and this kind of chasing of the superstars and being
Yeah.
A-listers. I fully agree.
Yeah.
And I think Gaultier was kind of bringing in Gaultier was meant to be a little bit moving away from that and coming back in.
He gave a little bit more time to the youngsters,
Yeah.
a few players of the academy, which is really positive in my opinion. But again,
I
it's
think
not
you should
enough. It's just
stick to making cologne.
Do you think
Yeah.
that is specifically like
Why not?
based on their big players and how big they are, what big names are, the egos? Is that
Yeah.
why they are struggling to make it work? So what you were saying as well before about the fact that like Mbappe with Neymar
And Messi.
all
Yeah.
together, that doesn't work.
No.
But tonight you didn't see that. So what was it tonight?
I think physically and the expense at a European level from Bayern Munich was very important tonight and made a difference. I think as well that I don't know, like the fighting spirit was kind of here,
I was
but
just
they
about to say
wanted
that.
it more than us.
You know,
to be fair.
hey, brethren.
And that's it, huh?
I was just about to say what you just said.
They wanted
looked
it
like
more.
They wanted it more.
Yeah,
than
they
you
wanted
lot,
it more.
Because to
You-
be
you
fair,
could
in the
tell.
first half, I thought it was even.
Yeah.
And the stats
Second
bore
half,
that
yeah,
out.
I said, yeah.
As soon as the second half started, man, it just seemed that
Yeah.
whereas Bayern went up a level, you guys just couldn't live with them.
But again, look, they're bringing on Sadio Mane, Leroy Sané, Serge Gnabry, Cancelo. Who do we bring on? Mukiele,
Yeah.
El Shaddai, Juan Bernat. All those players, they're decent players,
But
but
they're not.
Is
Yeah.
that-
when you want to reach that stage and try to win the Champions League, you need a stronger.
Is that down to the fact
Bench.
that you mentioned about the injuries as well, though?
Injuries is part of it, to be fair, but we cannot blame only the injuries. It's just that.
But I
when you
also
go-
think you can't talk like you've still got some unbelievable players on that pitch, and the fact that you didn't score in either legs.
Well, we
what's
had
that all
few
about?
occasions, few chances, right?
did,
You
but
see
you didn't.
during the first half, but we missed out on those occasions. Mbappe and also obviously the amazing save from their defender. But when you miss out on those occasions, when you're not clinical like they were clinical
Yeah.
at this stage of the competition, you're just getting out. That's it. Bye bye.
And how are you missing that
Come on, man.
clinicalness when you're preparing for games like this? Surely that's exactly what you should be doing in training.
Oh, what?
I don't know, maybe-
Oh.
You could
Stop
blame
gassing up nothing, man.
The league.
Career's just
I don't
got
know.
ended. Two man's career just got
I know.
ended.
I saw
there.
that. Yeah.
Two man's career just got ended right there.
Sorry, you were saying?
Got rusted. No, she was asking me about why we did not perform, even if the players were involved. And the attitude actually of the players was decent tonight. It's not that they were lazy. It's not that they did not really wanted
You
to
think
win.
so? You think that actually?
No, they were not that. Trust me, I've seen, especially this season. Go on.
Someone said in the comments about complacency from being League One and how that's just cost you the Champions League. Is it,
see, I've
is
got
it
a theory-
pure
I've got a
They play
theory about-
Bundesliga as well, you know.
Hear
it's
me
not
out.
the
I've got a theory
best
about
league in the world.
PSG, yeah? And
Yeah.
and I'm being serious now. I'm not winding you up, Stuart.
Yeah,
You're my
yeah.
guy, but I'm going to tell you this. You see, when you're playing in a league like you're playing, yeah,
Yep.
and you're going to win pretty much every game,
Yeah.
and so the level of competition
Yep.
is not that great. That can affect you because when you come up
Yeah.
against teams, good teams like Bayern, it's almost like you know what I mean, they're more physically
Okay.
and mentally hardened to what's required, whereas you guys can play within yourselves and win every week. So you're not getting the best out of yourselves, whereas Bayern are reaching
I thought about
levels.
this, Laurie. I thought about this a lot, and then I
What do you
realised
think to
that the Premier League clubs are not winning the Champions League year in, year out. It's mainly either German clubs or Spanish clubs. And when you think about La Liga, think about Barcelona and Real Madrid. Why is the competition in La Liga? La Liga is not the Liga that it used to
Stronger than
be.
the French league.
So even Barcelona and Real Madrid, even the Italian clubs, like Napoli smashing it this season, but AC Milan, Inter Milan, but it's not like they have a lot of competition in their own leagues either. And what about Bundesliga? It's either Borussia, Borussia Mönchengladbach, some like underdogs are doing well, but it's either Dortmund or
But would you agree with
Bayern
me
Munich,
that the French league, and
is
I hope you don't take this
it's
the wrong
weaker
way.
than the Bundesliga, or weaker than La Liga?
Yeah. It's the weakest out of all of those top leagues.
Probably. I mean, according to the ranking in place, I think we are.
And I think it's a bit like the Scottish league. With
Even
Rangers,
after the
don't you think?
Portuguese league, I think we are. But,
Not as bad as that league, but you know.
no, I mean the ranking at the
concept
moment
the
is
same.
that we are 5th or 6th. Or I think the Portuguese league is above
I
us.
just think if you're not getting tested on a regular basis, you're not getting the best out of your
I
players.
agree.
So
I
that
agree.
when they step up a level,
I
it can
agree.
be very difficult for them to raise their game.
I agree.
Come on! Oh, my
That was
God!
close. That was so close.
That could have been a lovely little Son Kane link up there.
Oh my.
Oh,
Great
3
save.
minutes left, mate.
Oh.
They're going for the
get
counter
back,
attack.
get back.
You got an overlap.
Quicker. Left. Oh
Yes!
my.
Oh, they are so lucky. Oh
What
my
a
God.
madness on
so
both sides,
lucky.
mate. Madness. Something's going to happen now.
Hit the post. Oh, they are.
He used to play for Liverpool, right?
Wow.
My man. He just missed that chance.
Who was that? Who was that?
That was shit. What's his name?
Rebic.
No, the
No,
Liverpool
no.
guy, the black guy who used to play for Liverpool. He's from
Origi,
Belgium.
Origi.
Origi.
Origi,
Yeah, he
Divock
missed
Origi,
that.
Yeah,
Last time we saw him was the Champions League final. Didn't forget.
yeah, he's been out for ages so for them, hasn't he?
Oh my God! Please come on, give me something. Back
Cross
post.
Come on, Milan.
We've seen this again on the counter.
And again, they got overlap. He's got to go for that.
Might
He's
be a
got
red,
to go.
you know?
He's got to go.
Skip.
But
That is a red
that's a clever,
card.
that's a clever foul.
He's still in his own half.
Yellow,
What are you
it's a
talking about?
yellow.
He's in his own half and all the way on the side of the pitch. Going on like he was through.
Oh,
and
that's a
gone
great
from there.
save.
That wasn't a great.
a
That was
great
straight
save.
to it.
He had
Should
a
have
lot of
picked
work
that
to do,
up.
man.
But there's the but the little rebound.
Did get down low. He did get down
Man,
low.
what are you talking about?
Nah,
No,
straight
that's
to
a
it,
great
mate.
save.
You reckon you could get that low these days? Yeah.
No, that was a great save. That was a great save.
You go down, so look.
Oliver Skip with the yellow.
Actually, the end of this game's actually good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And considering
To be
you've
fair,
got a player
It's taken
off.
them long enough, but it's actually a good game now.
The second half opened up a little bit, but we still haven't been able to create anything. That's the frustrating part
Oh,
with
somebody could
Tottenham,
have
man.
got sent off there. Oh, the break's on.
Zero
No.
spirit, zero
clearing it.
hunger
Yeah, but
in this performance. I think we've had one shot on target.
You
the
know
whole
what it
game.
is? I do think you've shown enough hunger. I just don't think you're good enough. If I'm being brutal.
I don't know. I think their hunger's only come though out in
In
the
the
last.
last and
Yeah, because
last
they've
10,
not.
15 minutes, yeah.
No, but you know what it is? They haven't
Voila.
got the
Why have you
confidence.
not started
Yeah.
with that?
No, because they haven't got the
Same old story.
confidence.
No, because I'll tell you now, Laurie, for 11 games straight, we went through a series of going 1-0
Yeah.
down before we actually reacted.
Yeah.
This squad,
You
it's
love
almost like
conceding
their
fast.
DNA. It's their DNA to wait
Just
for
reacting.
things to go wrong
And
right
then
before it's too
panic.
late.
But you
Okay.
you
Yeah,
also
yeah.
think in a situation like this
Oh,
when it is on aggregate, you're already
oh.
1-0 down. Come into it fighting from the start. Why are you leaving
Absolutely.
it until the
It's not
I'd
over,
say
Fuad,
the
it's not over.
75th minute
See,
until you start
gonna have
actually
another
pulling your
chance.
weight a little bit? Like step up. This is like an actual chance here. You're not
Mate,
you're
it's
not
your
in the
last
title
chance.
race in the
Stop
Premier
running,
League.
yeah.
It is
Your
the
last
last
chance at a
chance
trophy.
Yeah.
because we're entering the last 10 seconds of the game. Good Milan. Get a second goal now.
This guy trying to speak into
Oh.
existence.
Oh, that's a poor ball. It's over.
it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over, and AC
Fuad, bro.
Milan are
Fuad,
through.
Fuad, Fuad,
Another
Fuad.
English
Fuad.
team
Fuad.
out.
Commiserations, bro. The game is the game. Don't touch me.
Don't touch
Both
me.
out, yeah.
Oh, you-
Congratulations on Chelsea getting
Congratulations.
qualified, yeah.
this guy.
I said congratulations on Chelsea getting qualified
Milan
yesterday as
have-
well.
There's only one fan
Yeah.
here that's actually made
Yeah.
it through.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
Right, well done.
Yeah.
Like that.
You're through to the next round, only one, you know. So
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing?
tomorrow we'll be back tomorrow, guys, at the Europa League stuff. You know, Laurie will be there. Don't worry.
I feel like you can't take the piss like that.
I know. I'm out.
Give it a few weeks.
Hey, we're going to win that this year, man. Double. Watch. Remember I told you.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
The double's on.
Listen, when you lot do those rewind,
Yeah,
Sports clips, I saw myself get clipped up on a crazy preseason shout. I was like, hey, I want that one coming back as well. But
we're definitely going to win something.
Another cup that Spurs are basically
How disappointing is
bro.
that for you?
Very disappointing for me, I'll be honest with you. I think it's, as I said, it was the manner I was looking for today to kind of go out with actually some attitude, some fight.
You did say that.
For me, I think maybe Romero turned up showing the wrong kind of fight, but you almost leave us with fighting with one arm for the last kind of 20, 15 minutes there. Performance-wise, I didn't think we really deserved to go through, in honest opinion. Over both legs, I thought first leg we were awful, and this leg we looked a little bit better in the second half, but nothing to really say, Spurs deserve to walk away with a goal or even a win there.
I also would say, in a way for you, I do sort of feel for you, because I don't think they necessarily also proved their worth in that game either.
Oh, yeah. I don't think AC Milan were that great as well, but
it's
what they did in the first half.
Because they're not that good.
They're not that good, 100%. And that's where I feel like we've got missed opportunities here. And this is where, in all honesty, it's a damning kind of indictment on Conte, because this Champions League record is awful as well. And this is another further stain on it, where it's kind of like an AC Milan not at their best. You weren't able to kind of beat them. Now, I will say, obviously, our squad is not the best defensively when you look at that. It's not great
Harry Kane trudging off.
I still feel like you have enough kind of attacking quality there to kind of take advantage of it. And listen, Harry Kane's walking off there. Might be the last time you see him playing in the Champions League in a Spurs shirt, to be honest.
I think it is.
Listen,
I would go as far as to say, and I was saying it to the others before you came, if he stays at Spurs, I think it's suicidal for his career.
If he stays, all I'll say is
I'll be shocked if he stays.
I respect the loyalty, but
but we were saying there's loyalty and then there's foolishness, and that would be
it's a different type of loyalty. And listen, as a Spurs fan, I would love that. I would love nothing more than that. But there is also an aspect of it where I'm like, a career like his,
for him,
it would be a shame if he retired imagine he retires as the Premier League all-time top goal scorer with nothing. For me, that is like, everyone's always just going to almost discredit that goal scoring record to just say, but he didn't win anything. All those goals counted for nothing, essentially. And I'm like, if you actually watched him, this was... But the thing is, it's not, because he was actually the way he even changed his game, from being a potent box number 9 to all of a sudden being this deep line, bringing the team in. Like, Tottenham haven't had a creative midfielder since Eriksen has left. Do you know who's been covering the cracks? Harry Kane. He's our main goal scorer as well. He's our creative outlet and our main goal scorer. And it's like, so much has been put on him. I feel like you don't owe us anything anymore at this point. Like, you've seen this kind of performance as what we've just given you, as almost like...
It's quite tepid, really.
It is what it is, and it's honestly, it's kind
like
of a
Ellie
summary.
said, you didn't wake up until, the game was pretty much done.
It's kind of a summary of Spurs' season, in all honesty, in my opinion. So
actually, you're so right.
I'm not surprised by it. I'm disappointed by it, but I'm not surprised by it.
This is kind of the exact place though where you get found out, because you look at the Premier League table and you see you guys sitting in 4th, and you think, they've clearly got a little bit about them, but you can't play like that in these situations. It's knockout. Like, you need to bring your game to the table every single match, every minute of every match, and like, you haven't done that here, and it's shown, and you're out.
And I think it's fair to say, I mean, I touched on it earlier, and no disrespects, because they're playing at a level that we're not playing at this season, and they're doing well domestically too, although not as domestically well as us. But AC Milan, serious, they are not like Stuart.
I know what you mean.
They got put out by Bayern. Bayern are a top side. I couldn't say that about AC Milan. They're decent, they're good side, but they're not. So Spurs, they kind of went out.
I mean, look, they've got a Giroud who was harassed out of the Premier League leading their front line. They've got Tomori who couldn't break into the Chelsea team, a rock solid centerpiece of their back line. Like, this is...
He actually played well tonight.
And look, they've done well for that, but this isn't... When I saw this draw getting made, in all honesty, I saw it and I was like, this is a team I feel like we can get at. I feel like we actually have the pieces, I feel like, to get at them. Right. Seeing the form they were coming in as well. I don't know if you saw, I think they lost 4-0 to Sassuolo the week before, 4-1 to Lazio the week before they played us. So they were heads down coming into us. We let them get a 1-0 lead, and it was like, all right, take that confidence. And
but tonight now, you brought them back to Spurs.
They came to England, though, with that competitiveness. They had the momentum that had built from that first match, and like, you guys should have known that.
Yeah, but exactly. So I'm saying, like, you've got them now back at your place. It's only a 1-goal deficit, a 1-goal swing. That's nothing really. Go for it. This is what my man was saying. They didn't do that.
This is where, prime example, in the second half now, I don't know if...
And this is where you got to have a look at the manager.
Let me check, actually. I don't even think Danjuma came on. So that's basically two games now, basically, where Danjuma, I feel like, could have been a player that makes an impact, doesn't get brought on. Let me just have a look quickly.
As much as I like, having a pop at Spurs...
And for me, it's...
but when you didn't... I didn't get the impression that you truly went for it tonight.
What's the refusal to go 4 at the back? What's the refusal to put 2 strikers up top? You've got Son and Kane who have this great partnership. Put them in a 2 up front. Tell Danjuma get on the left. Tell Kulusevski on the right. 4-4-2 for the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Go for it.
Try something.
And I think that's the frustration with every Spurs fans with Conte. It's not Conte's a bad manager. It's why are you being so stubborn? There's nothing worse than fans being able to see things and the manager can't. It's like, bro.
But that's not just stubborn. Then that's making him look bad as a manager. It's not just stubborn. It's like, why are you not making those decisions?
I agree with Ellie,
that the fans can be we at home, we don't get paid to manage a Premier League team.
This is what these top managers get all that money for, to influence games.
20 million.
And like Ellie says, if we could sit around the table and simply just say it straight away, all the Spurs fans. I just got a text from a Spurs fan a minute ago. Spurs are poor. I'm reading that verbatim. He's a Spurs fan. I mean,
if we can see it, why can't Antonio Conte? And what does this mean for him now?
Well, listen, he's leaving at the end of the season.
But his reputation's damaged.
Are you seeing him through then?
I think it's definitely a further stain on his.
Do you want to swap gaffers? We send you Gautier and we take Conte.
I heard a Spurs fan the other day saying that
I would not mind Gautier. I'll be honest with you. I was saying I wanted him.
I don't mind Conte either, to be fair.
I would not mind a
I would give it a try.
I would not mind a coach, honestly.
Yeah, I would give it a try.
You see what he's done at Spurs.
What he did at Lille. What he did at Nice as well.
Yeah. So you're after
I know
him
it's
then?
not the same, but I'll see what he can run back over here. But I don't know. What does it mean for now? I think Conte pretty much it's a further stain on his Champions League legacy. His record is awful. I think it's like a 30% win record or something like that. Awful. For us, it means now basically our season top 4 hangs in the balance, and that's pretty much what he's hanging his hat on. Is it really how we wanted to end the season? No. I think every Spurs fan wanted to at least leave with some form of silverware. Now, I'm not saying we would have won the Champions League or anything, but at least go as deep as you can. Going out in a performance like this over these 2 legs as well, that's where it's kind of a little bit more disappointing and it hurts a little bit more, to be honest. But listen, the Conte experiment is officially over. It's failed. It's another manager that's come in.
Would you take Poch
hasn't been
back?
able to win. I've been having this debate over the last 2 weeks. I've said no. I've said I'm not for getting back with exes. I'm not for. And the thing is, it's what has changed at the club since Pochettino was last year. The things. Bad habit. But if you look at what Conte was complaining about, sorry, Pochettino.
It depends on who the ex is, really.
But, no, you never go back, never. But Poch.
Beyonce, you're not going back.
No, I ain't going back.
Nah.
Rihanna,
I ain't going back. No one's getting it back.
I reckon it depends on who the ex is. I reckon you might be tempted.
Poch, no, but just to go back to Poch. What has changed since he left? The club is still refusing to back managers. The players are still not at that quality level.
Do you think he would take it though?
That's where I would question him taking it. If he took that again, I'd be like,
why?
Have you not seen nothing's changed? And you're like, are you that desperate for a job? Like, have some self-respect and dignity and go and get an actual job. You just won the title with PSG. Go and use that somewhere else.
Mind you, me and you could win the title with PSG. Who?
Don't do that.
Did you hear what I said about? I was listening to a Spurs fan the other day, and he said that he would take Potter. Thoughts?
Listen, the Potter thing is. I think a lot of Spurs fans would have taken Potter before Chelsea. I think now he's at Chelsea, it becomes a thing of, are you taking another ex-Chelsea manager?
Okay, put that aside.
When I suggested Tuchel like 3 weeks ago, people were like, Chelsea manager again. But now,
you know what I said about Potter?
You
know what I said about Potter a couple of weeks ago on this very platform? I said, he reminds me of somebody. He can manage a corner store, but can he manage a supermarket? And for me, Potter, I don't think he's got it at that level.
Hey, the Potter era began yesterday, man. He's in the Champions League quarterfinals. You can't talk to him, man. Yeah. Talk to him nice.
You're the only one.
Talk to him nice.
Hey, only one sat here going free.
Hey.
Seriously, I think Potter He's a corner shot manager. He can manage a corner shot.
EK in the chat here says, Fuad, bring back Juande Ramos. He might win you a Carabao Cup again. Did you forget he left us 2 points in the relegation zone? Yeah? People forget things so quickly.
It was that 2008,
yeah. Won a Carabao Cup and then proceeded to capitulate the club into relegation. Brother, that man has blood on his hands. Thank Harry Redknapp for saving us, man. You know
what about Harry coming back?
Listen, I prefer not to speak, man. I love Harry, man. I've always said I would have loved, for a short-term period, I remember, was it when Jose got sacked? I said, like, forget Ryan Mason, man. Give it Redknapp till the end of the season, type of thing. Do you know what I mean? But
he's still there,
He's retired,
Ryan
man. He's retired. He's been retired.
No,
like
Ryan Mason's still there.
Yeah, please, man. Don't joke with that.
I saw him on the
Don't joke
touchline
with that
the
one,
other day.
please, man.
Well,
Enfield Pep.
no, it's unfortunate. And actually, do you know what? Actually, the thing about Champions League football that's really, really stressful is the fact that, Stuart, you've had to sit through watching both games. You can see on there's unbelievable talent. Both teams have put in a shift, I would say, less so you guys in the second half, but two incredible teams. And then you've got that game over there that's honestly a load of dross, to be quite honest. And then you know that you guys have gone out and AC Milan are through. Like, that is hard to take, isn't it?
Not really. Again,
No?
that's just how the game works. But unlucky, was predictable. But man, I want just a massive change for this football club. We need to change a lot of things, and I hope it's going to happen next season.
Yeah. Starting with what's your first change?
Starting with
Any
I don't know the decision-making process, or even the owners probably. I don't know. I know they are interested in Man United. Maybe they will forget about us when they will invest in Man United, and everything will change. But get rid of the superstars and bring on the ballers, the youngsters that are willing to play, or bet on talent rather than big names and selling kits.
Yeah. But that's going to take a massive overhaul, though. That means you're saying
takes time. It will take time. Yeah, it will take time. Implement a proper style of play, proper culture, strategy, like everything. I hope it's going to change soon.
I don't think it's that bad, you know. I think you just need to get a manager. Well, when I say get a manager, it's not easy, but
it's disappointing. I said to you, Laurie, it's not down to the manager again. Bring Zidane, bring whoever you want. It's not down to the manager.
No. Well, you know better than me about this.
Not down to the manager. So, let's see how it goes.
Well, we've got one last comment in here that we'll go back to, obviously, what you were saying, Fuad, about this just being another stain on Conte's Champions League
record.
That's it.
Not his career, per se.
No, not his career, but we've got a comment in here from William. I respectfully disagree. Conte's reputation isn't tarnished. He'll get another job, but to be fair to him, his style of play is a bit of culture shock for that Spurs side. Simeone or Poch's style do the job.
I actually agree with him. He will get another job. I think he is a quality manager, and his culture or his style of play didn't work with us because he emphasises the back five, and we are giving him a back five of Emerson, Perisic, Davis, Dyer, and Romero.
Almost too good.
So those are the tools you're working with.
Fossil
polish
football.
a turd as much as you like, it's still a turd at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? So,
would you say that? Fossil football?
No. I'm going to burn that book today. Where is it?
Oh, that's the one.
Give me it! I'm going to burn it. That's
Well,
that face as well is...
I know, that grin, I'm not sure about that. Well,
we'll wrap
before
up
we
on
go,
that.
Yeah.
If people want to know where to follow you, what are you on?
Parisian Londoner, just type it on YouTube, Instagram. And Twitter as well. We do Twitch a little bit as well. So
Twitch,
yeah, Parisian Londoner, yeah.
Haven't entered the
FIFA.
platform myself.
Always.
Fuad?
Fuad Kidani on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and FTBL, Stoppage Time TV.
Laurie, what are you saying?
Laurie Lowe on all platforms, Twitter, YouTube. Catch me on the Talk is Cheap show, myself and Curtis, every week. I regularly appear on DR and AFTV.
And at the gym 5 times per week, apparently. That's what he said.
And you can find me here. And I am Ellie Collins with the O as a 0 on basically just Instagram, to be honest. But thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Take care.